What's up out there? So, I'm just gonna play this. Some people seem to think that we forget. Like we didn't watch what happened, right? I'm not taking an opinion one way or another. I guess maybe I kind of am. But I hate when people lie, man. Why do they just lie? So I watched this already. I don't know. I don't know, Ringo. He's doing the Lord's work from his favorite spot. If you watch through his videos, he'll point out his favorite spot, and he's pissed when he's got to leave there. But anyways, it's just funny these people say shit and they think that we forget what happened. But anyways, let's let her start.
It is what it is. I'm Nicole Arbor, and welcome to episode 3 of the Jelly Roll Files. I think it's time for a quick recap. Jelly Roll, aka the cosplay Christian, is not who he seems. And over the last month, I've been showing exactly who Jelly Roll, his wife Bunny XO, and their friends are. Mostly
all these motherfuckers are the same. Let me just state that for the record right now. I believe and feel wholeheartedly all these people are the same.
In their own words. I didn't even really have to say it. I just had to show you. For example, here's Jelly Roll yelling the N-word.
Because you're beefing with Tyler Farr, nigga. I'm not beefing with Tyler Farr. Well, that's what somebody told me.
Here's Jelly Roll, who is now publicly advocating for formerly incarcerated people to be able to get their gun rights back, threatening to shoot another recording artist. This was caught on hidden camera just a couple of years ago.
Listen, we got real smoke with it. It's not going to pull up and talk shit. I'm going to shoot everything I see about that. Fuck. Mama, dad.
Jelly Roll got in my face, pushed me, threatened to kill me, and spit on me, smeared me over and over, and called people to destroy my entire career over rumors spread and invented by his wife.
You know, this girl, I don't know, man. Just something is off with her. You know, she's almost 50 years old, dressing like that, wearing pigtail. I don't know. It's just something about when you see an older person and they try to remain young. I don't know. It's just something off.
We've identified that Jelly Roll and his wife have a smear campaign crew. The second talking, they sent their smear campaign army after me, which consists of course, a motley crew of criminals who consistently do their bidding.
I'm so fucking mad right now.
Bunny had her book come out, and there was instant controversy attached because one, it sounds a lot like Jenna Jameson's life story. 2, she hit the New York Times bestsellers list, allegedly selling 200,000 books instantly. But the thing is, the top authors in the world don't sell that many books that fast. In my opinion, they are a controversy.
And here in just a second, she says something that I don't know. When she says it, we'll talk about it, but
factory. They manufacture fake stories, get publicity off these fake stories, and that's how they get known for their other projects. Are their followers real? That's hard to say. Bunny.
So she knows how all this works. Just keep that in mind. What's up, Trixie?
Bunny's BFF Jesse Lawless was in another massive scandal online.
I think they're all fake as fuck, British Bulldog, if I'm being 100% honest. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, man?
Again, involving violence to women. In her own words, she beat a woman so bad, she was bleeding like a faucet. She bragged about this on TikTok.
She bled like a fucking faucet, too. We had to clean up blood all over the hotel room.
Countless victims of this group have come forward with their stories of everything ranging from abuse, strangulation, blackmail, threats of murder, stealing their work, being roofied in their presence, hired smear campaigns against them, and overall pretty much the Diddy playbook to a T on fear and intimidation. Oh, this is all while Jelly Roll pretends to be a Christian.
I want to fucking hit this young man with the open hand of the Lord.
My diss track Cosplay Christian got over 6 million views across streams so far. But this odd thing happens. Articles go up about Jelly Roll, and then suddenly they're taken down. We've established that TMZ very likely has a deal with Jelly Roll, and it's alleged that he's the one who leaked the footage of Morgan Wallen saying the N-word while very drunk or possibly drugged to TMZ. Why would he do that? Well, the second Morgan Wallen's career came down, his went right up. But timing, isn't it? Nay.
Yeah. So you keep in mind now, she knows how all this works. They all are, Trixie. They all are.
We established that comedian and podcaster Bobby flew to Nashville, did a podcast with Jelly Roll and Bunny. It was very awkward and creepy.
I just want to know why you hide all that body. Like, you've got a body
Buy
on you,
it.
baby.
Yeah.
You're a masochist. Sadist. A sadist.
What's a mask?
People who like pain.
That's not me.
I don't think Satanists worship the devil either. I think
What do
they
you
believe that
mean?
they're
And then later on that trip, it seems like she was roofied. She was then carried out of a bar, dead weight like a doll, and there was somehow somebody planted across the street waiting to capture this footage, which was sold to TMZ minutes later. We also established that TMZ will not write a single negative thing about Jelly Roll. And it's been alleged over and over and over that they have meme pages, TMZ, People Magazine, and a bunch of other media outlets on retainer. That would mean that they're paying them a monthly fee to constantly pump out stories about them. This gives the illusion of fame without actually having
I don't know, man. These people are so goddamn fake.
to have the talent or accolades to back it up. Speaking of accolades, it was questioned over and over whether Jelly Roll is buying the awards that he gets. Considering the people that he should be against have higher ticket sales, better rankings on everything from Billboard to iTunes, and overall, he's not even really a contender when it comes to country or Christian music. If you just look at the stats, of course. How did I forget that we also found clips of Bunny saying that she's from a long line of witches, and then openly talks about having hired witches for her monthly spells.
You guys have heard me say on the podcast before that I have like witches that do my monthly spells and stuff like that.
Clearly, their success has nothing
What's
to
up,
do
Pam?
with God and everything to do with whoever those witches were praying to.
I had witches who did spell work for me.
Hired witches to do her spell work. Her words, not mine. Over the last month, over 200 million of you have watched videos either I did or other people have created online about the real Jelly Roll, jumping into the
So somewhere in this video, I can't remember where it is, she wants you to believe that she's just naive and didn't know how this shit worked and how they just took advantage of her and how she just got crossed up with these people and it was all, you know, their doings. Like, you know, I find it real funny, man. These people attack people when they don't get what they want from them. And to me, it's just fucking despicable, man.
investigation of
She knew exactly who these motherfuckers were before she went over there and had any dealings with them. She thought that they were going to boost her career and were going to shoot her into stardom. And when she didn't get it, then all of a sudden, here comes the fucking claws and the nails. And she knows just how to smear a motherfucker. Now, do I stand with Bunny and them? No, I think they're fucking trash. Anybody that sells their body and shit to men, I don't agree with that. Because you're in the spotlight and you're teaching these other young women that it's okay to degrade yourself for $1. No, I'm not okay with that. I am a dad first.
everything from the nose picking. Yes, he picked his nose and ate it while sitting behind the president, to the video of him bragging about his wife selling meow, to, of course, the now very viral video of Jelly Roll comparing him and his wife to Epstein and Ghislaine.
How did Jeffrey Epstein happen? With much work and help. Just like Jeffrey Epstein, Ryan Upchurch has Jelly Roll with his wife to handle his dirty work.
There was an additional controversy on that because he claimed he was reading a quote, but there was nothing in his hands.
No, Nicole, you cut part of that out. We all seen the original video. And that's exactly why I say that this bitch is fake and misleading. She's trying to convince people that fucking Jelly Roll and Bunny are the Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell in Nashville. Now, are they very sexually motivated? Yeah. Do I believe that this divorce is real? No. I absolutely do not. I believe it's all for fucking entertainment. I believe them two will end up back together. They're swingers anyway. They don't give a fuck about who they sleep with. They're okay with it. I've watched it from the very beginning. Well, Jelly Roll was on the back of damn, what's the country boys up there with the long hair? JJ Longhorn's bus. I've watched all this shit.
And he wasn't reading anything. Oh, and he said it was something I had tweeted he was reading, except nobody had that tweet. And of course, this whole thing started when I publicly asked him if I can post the hush money deal that he had sent me. Hi, Jelly Roll. Bunny, who's always so outspoken and will go at anybody, refuses to comment directly about it. But of course, she's been found in the comment sections of her smear campaign crew, reposting more invented stories. It's crazy that they keep surrounding themselves with criminals who abuse women when they're saved. It's been noted that Jelly Roll's charitable donations only seem to be to purchase influence. And him getting that pardon from the governor is seeming sketchier and sketchier by the day. My DMs are full of other victims of Jelly Roll, Bunny, and their goon squad that are always around. We've had media reach out to me and try and buy the story, only for me to be warned that they're buying it to bury it. I didn't sell. Hidden camera footage has come out not once, not twice, but 3 times so far. I'm starting to think there's a lot more hidden camera footage of these people. Long story short, go watch episode 1 and 2 of the Jelly Roll Files, and of course, go watch Cosplay Christian to laugh. Authorities are involved, investigators are involved, and now it's time for episode 3. We're going to dive into that hush money deal they sent me that triggered this whole thing.
Clear.
So as I was saying, a snowy night, December 2024, I received a DM. Now, when I clicked on that link and downloaded the video, what do you think I saw? I just sat there like, thank you, God. Thank you. After having people lie about me, lying about the most atrocious things that I never did, seeing video of that a room full of men who most of them had harassed me either in person or online, threatened to hurt me, had done horrible things to me. Of course, I'd hear things like, you're crazy. These people don't even know each other. And then suddenly, here's a video of almost all the bad guys over the last few years sitting in a room together, like hidden camera footage from an evil villain lair. Oh, look, the guy who called me and told me not to go to court or I would disappear.
People fuck with them. The city fucks with them.
Oh, look, there's the guy who threatened my business partner. How are you?
I'll beat your billionaire friends up, rob them, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Smack the old lady in front of them, they fucking won't do shit. You fucking with the wrong one.
Gang's all here. Literally, gang. Oh, look, the guy that I had an order of protection and a restraining order against. He's there too. Oh, everybody's here.
I look at you like I would hurt somebody over you.
Now, Nicole, I'm sure you just thought they were talking about you. They weren't actually talking about it. They say my full name. Go ahead, roll the clip.
Nicole Arbor was
I was on the Bunny XO podcast.
Bitch, they were just having a conversation and you came up in it. You're not that fucking important, Nicole.
She took the raw footage of me on her podcast, never released the episode, by the way. She took that raw footage and had allegedly sold it to my stalkers. They talk about it right here.
just like she was willing to turn over Nicole Arbor's podcast immediately. I give her 10 grand. I said, bring me more money. She said, she'll ask you right now.
Who all seen this Nicole Arbor podcast? Because I know I did, or I seen clips of it anyway.
Well, tell her don't put it out. We had this conversation.
Come on, Nicole, that thing at Virgin Hotel or the baseball game or whatever, that never happened. Jelly Roll didn't get in your face. If only there was a way to prove that he was doing this on behalf of and for the guy that I had an order of protection against and restraining order against and 2 court cases against, active court cases.
Yeah. Let's see. How many people has she sued? Like a lot. She has sued a lot. And here's the thing. After you sue people like that, so many times, you get labeled. I can't remember the name of it, but I know that you end up getting in trouble for it. What's up, Danielle?
When he did these things. Here's him bragging about it.
Bro, not only do I not let people laugh at you, bro, there's a video on the internet right now. We look at Nicole Arbor in the face with her camera.
Was that a charity event?
I see your camera. At a charity event.
Yeah,
so when I see your camera, bitch, I don't care. You got a problem, my boy. You got to go.
Oh, both cases were very valid. It was for defamation and copyright. These are things that happen.
Yeah, it cost her to sue. She still ain't paid Ryan back that money.
Wait. After threatening to murder me multiple times, is he on camera saying that the Morgan Wallen thing's not a problem, but the Nicole Arbor thing, I am the Nicole Arbor thing is? And we saw how he took care of that after we've been told that he's hired someone to kill me. He's also saying he's going to shoot.
Nobody fucking hired anybody to kill this fucking girl. They all go with that shit.
Somebody in that video. Ooh, he says a lot of stuff in that video.
And I never fuck with nobody, church, that I think you have real problems with. That Morgan shit doesn't seem like a real problem. The Nicole Arbor was a real problem. We see how I handled that.
He says a lot of stuff in that video. It's so strange that the media, Opry, NFL, WWE, whoever else he's working with don't seem to care about these horrible things that have come out about Jelly Roll. It's given Diddy Epstein. I mean, he called himself Epstein. I'm just saying if the hey dude fits, it's weird. Name another celebrity that could have this amount of scandal and nothing is said. Plant. Industry. Plant. Boom. I get this video sent to me. I'm like, and a couple hours later, I start getting messages. Apparently, Jelly Roll knows I got the footage and he's big scared. I mean, so scared he'd throw his phone in the river to destroy evidence. That'd be crazy. Except there's articles written about him throwing his cell phone in the river.
I watched him throw his phone in the water. I thought right then, I was like, yeah, using that N-word's not a good fucking thing, is it?
Publicist must be dizzy from all that spending because the articles that came out are like, Jelly Roll threw out his phone because he wants to go phone free. Or
what
he was just
50-year-old person, sits around and talks like this, though? Honestly, this bitch is almost my age.
destroying evidence when he found out that someone he was planning to murder or had allegedly hired someone to murder them got hidden camera footage of him. Yes, this is T.
This ain't the one that I was wanting to go to be honest with you. I want to say it was part 2 because she tries to.
Welcome back. I'm Nicole Arbor, and this is part 2 of Jelly Roll going to kill me over YouTube rumors. So where we left off, about 10 million people saw Candace Owens say that I filed fake charges against men.
She has now dropped the charges because she should drop the charges.
Everyone believed that meant rape, and a judge threw them out.
Because she should drop the charges.
I do welcome
they fucking threw them out. They threw it out because it wasn't real. The shit was not fucking real.
You to try and find these invented charges. Try and find any of it. You can't. You won't. Because it doesn't exist. What there is, and I will be so specific, order of protection against Down Devil, and then a temporary restraining order against his group of gang stalkers. For very obvious reasons. It's so weird when people will make comments online like, this is what she does. She filed lawsuits against men. If someone drove a car straight into your house, they just took a...
Yeah, now, Kim, I find it hilarious that all these motherfuckers do the same thing and then they cry about the next one doing it. It's just weird, man.
Semi-truck and drove it through your house. And everything you ever worked your whole life for was shattered. You telling me you wouldn't sue them to replace what they shattered that you worked for your entire life? Because that's what I did. So people writing or commenting like, this is what she does. She files lawsuits. I filed a copyright lawsuit and a defamation lawsuit. Both completely valid and exactly how the law is supposed to be used. They drove a semi-truck into my life. I'm just trying to get paid back for the damage they did. That's it. If they hadn't driven a semi-truck into my life, I wouldn't have had to file anything. I would have gone on with my life as I've done my entire life. So it's just weird to be like, oh, she filed lawsuits against men. Yes, I did. And you should too. The law exists so that we, the people, are protected. You think I'm the first person to have to file a copyright lawsuit? They didn't create the laws for me. I gotta say, I'm so happy that I put out Cosplay Christian and Boogeyman, and there's of course more coming. Even my biggest...
She looks real distraught, don't she? She looks like this really fucked her life up. This is probably the best thing that's ever happened to this chick.
Haters,
my arch nemesis,
ended up loving it.
I feel like we hate her, but I think this song is killing it possibly.
No, you're not supposed to like it. Stop it. Stop it right now. I will say the chorus does start to get catchy.
Yo, fuck this bitch for being such a fantastically great rapper.
Yeah. You sold your
Oh, now the audience.
Don't fucking laugh.
Now the audience is into
it. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
It's almost like I'm a very good writer. So good that losers would steal my work and pass it off as their own. Boom. So Jelly Roll. Whew. All right. June 2021, I was an invited celebrity guest at the Folds of Honor celebrity softball game, raising funds for veterans and their families. Like, I don't know what could be better than that. I was really excited.
Is she really a celebrity though? I mean, how do we know this bitch other than the fucking drama? Is that what it takes to get the celebrity status?
One of the most terrifying days of my life. I'm there and I see Jelly Roll. And at this point, I didn't think I had a direct problem with Jelly Roll because like I don't know him. Like still my only interaction I ever had with this guy was him saying he's a huge fan, giving me a hug quick, and like that's it. That's all I had ever had. We're standing probably like 15, 20 feet away from each other in the same dugout. So I wave. I was just like, hey. And even if there was some kind of like beef in his mind, I still am always under the impression that people can have discussions, rational adults can, and talk things out.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to be rude. I waved. His face.
You have a discussion with this bitch, you're going to court. Let's just keep it a buck.
Dropped. He suddenly called over all these people that work for Folds of Honor. Volunteers, mind you, most of them women. Suddenly this group of volunteers like rushes up to me and they're like, Nicole, we don't really know what's happening, but we have to get you out of Jelly Roll's sightline. I'm like, what? They're like, Jelly Roll said if you're in his eye line, something really bad is going to happen. What do you mean something really bad is going to happen? What does that mean? And they're like,
so basically Jelly said, hey, that bitch has got to go. She's trouble. If she's here, I'm out. And they said, hold up. We'll get rid of her because she's nobody.
It sounds like violence.
Yeah.
That is so psychotic. That is so psychotic. Move that woman or I'm going to do something violent to her.
That's not what
and he delivered the message through little female volunteers of Folds of Honor. So these women like swoop me up, take me away from the game and like over to the other side. And I'm just like, what is going on? He's going to hurt me for what? They're lying about me. I should want to hurt you. Ooh.
Even before Jelly was big, if you went to Nashville, you had to check in with Jelly.
Especially when it comes to rappers. It's called checking in. Now, checking in basically means that when someone, usually a rapper or a celebrity, travels to a new city, especially one with a heavy gang presence, they're supposed to reach out to a local gang on a major street figure to get their blessing and protection while they're in town. In return, these gangs or street figures might ask for money, a feature on a track for one of their local artists, business hookups.
If you went to Nashville, you had to check in with Jelly. Yeah. So he was a superstar before he's a superstar. We were going somewhere. I left like my watch in your truck. I was like, man, my watch in your truck. They're like, don't worry about it. Yeah. If anybody did anything, we'll have it back by tonight. Yeah.
That's a true story.
Oh, cool. Oh, good. Oh, good. My security seems so worried. He's like, you have a beef with Jelly Roll? I'm like, I don't know him. He's like, well, what the fuck happened that this guy's coming after you? I'm like, and I start telling him the story. He's like, I gotta be real. I can't protect you.
You see that? Do you see her attire right there? That thing over the thumbs. Do you know what that is? People wear that are cutters that cut their wrists. That's a goth thing. So people don't see the razor blade cuts on their wrist.
You against Jelly Roll. I'm in my little baseball outfit, all excited to be there. And now I'm like terrified and I'm like, but what do you do? So I'm in like the VIP section after the game waiting for my friends so that we could go to this corporate after party. And here comes Jelly Roll with a group of armed thugs. I mean like straight out of a movie looking armed thugs with him came right up to me. He pushed me
see how
with his stomach.
She is and leave, did she? But she wants you to believe that she's in fear for her life. But she stayed right there because she was looking for trouble. She wanted something to fucking sue somebody famous about.
Spit in my face. He said he's going to shoot me in the face for what I did to his friend. I better leave Nashville. I'm not safe there. I'm toxic. He knows what I did. It was so fast and there was so much and it was so shocking. It's easier for me if I'm a little mad and like snarky as I say this, but it was fucking terrifying. And then they walked away like it was nothing. And I was just standing there like frozen. And right then my friend comes back from the bathroom and she's like, what happened? And I tell her what happened and she's like, what? She's like, I know him. He's so nice. He's like a big teddy bear. And that's where the fucking psycho gets away with it. He has a completely dual personality. So the first time I met him, I got this like super friendly, aw shucks, y'all, thanks for coming to Nashville. We're big fans, Nicole. Oh man, oh gee, it's just so swell that you're here.
I hope y'all give me a second here. I'm a little emotional.
started drinking. I didn't think I was going to win again.
I got that guy, who I now know is a complete act, to cover the guy who he really is.
I'm so fucking mad right now.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah. I don't even like Jelly Roll, but women who make false claims, there's a special place in hell for Katie. Yeah, no doubt. No fucking doubt, Grizz. What's up, Deb?
Is like a horror movie level psychopath.
I just went to Fleet Feet.
I just screamed at everybody in the store.
But he uses this like almost Southern preacher persona to cover it.
And I want to fucking hit this young man with the open hand of the Lord. And then the manager has the audacity to fucking tell me,
Sir, could y'all talk about this outside?
Which makes him that much scarier.
you wouldn't have to worry about customers knowing what the fuck's going on in this store if you taught some proper etiquette to your motherfucking employee. God is with me. I am blessed, because if I was not, I would march back into that store and it would look like a scene out of a motherfucking movie.
I don't know any men in my life who would go up to a woman to scare her. And I couldn't believe, it's like they say that there's like fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. Those are like the things that happen when you're in like
And Sue. Don't forget Sue. God damn, don't forget Sue.
like a very scary situation. I definitely just froze. Like I couldn't believe it was real. So I leave immediately. And I go to the Virgin Hotel in Nashville. They're doing like their
This
corporate
bitch
after
staying
event.
at the Virgin Motel. Holy shit. There ain't nothing been a virgin about you since you was probably 13 or 14 years old, girl.
And on the rooftop for all the sponsors and people who were involved in the event. I'm still like terrified and shaking on the inside, but just like smiling and trying to just like calm down. And I'm there as a guest and trying to like hold it in, you know, and keep going. Some people saw that happen at the baseball game, by the way. And it was like I was equal parts terrified and embarrassed for some reason, because I was just like, he tried to make as big a scene as he could. Most of those people there don't know me. I'm new to Nashville. And now this freaking thug
This
is
is the one.
screaming in my
Yes.
face. I was
Hold on,
like,
I
is
got
this
the one
real?
pulled
Like,
up
is this
and I
guy
want-
gonna
that's
shoot me in my
important.
face over?
Here we go. So this is episode 1 right here. And I want y'all to listen to what she says.
Well, I was just coming those professional dance teams. I got to work with
Nobody cares about all this fucking right.
just freaking art. Those of you from Canada, because of that, I've got to speak on some of the biggest, AKA cha-ching, cha-ching. If I would get into a fake relationship with another YouTuber, I had no idea, but that was a thing. Like agents and publicists will fake set people up just for like fake relationships. Kind of like what they do with every rom-com ever. Suddenly the actor and actress are flirting right when the film's about to come out. It's like, you guys do this every time. We know exactly what's happening. But I didn't know that's a thing. And against my own will, I was thrust into fake relationships on.
Against her will, she was forced and thrust into fake relationships. Okay. All right. You're 50 fucking years old, lady. You know exactly what you're doing. Hey, and shout out, allegedly to the plastic surgeon, because she doesn't look 50. She damn sure don't act 50 either.
Online. They would just use my name in videos on social media in things that never happened.
Oh,
They would
it's
call it
real bad.
clickbait. And the agents would say, oh, this is great. You're going to get tons of views. And I would say, that's my real name. You can't like use my real name if you want me to like play a character and pretend I'm dating somebody I'm not. But that's my real name. They're going to use you one way or another. You can either go along.
She seen Ryan and said, damn, this kid's got a massive fucking following. Let me try to get in there some kind of way. Gonna blame it on the fucking Facebook team. Get the fuck out of here.
With how they're using you. Or if you rebel and try and get out of the whole system, they're still going to use you. You're just not in on it anymore. So that one happened to me a bunch of times. I grew up
A bunch of times. That one happened to her a bunch of times. But she's naive and don't know how this shit works. Okay.
in the Perez Hilton era, and I always thought it was disgusting. Like the way that Britney Spears was treated and Christina Aguilera and like Lindsay Lohan and like all that stuff. I felt so bad. Like back when I was on our version of MTV in Canada, I felt so bad for talking shit about Fergie back in the day.
Hey, I would say when Ryan said that he wouldn't sleep with her and shit, I thought to myself, bullshit, son. You know you lying. Talking about she was ugly. She's not ugly. She's just childish as fuck.
That when I met her, I went up to apologize to her. That's not what I've ever wanted to do, is be part of like the gossip things. Like I want to make
just
the new
for the
Mary
record,
Poppins. I want to make feature films. I want to like.
Is the type of women you stay away from for sure. Batshit crazy.
Like have fun and make musicals. Like some of this is going to be embarrassing and I'm going to seem really naive. And I will just tell you right off the top, I had no idea what I was getting into and the lies and the games and the schemes of people in the internet world or entertainment world. I thought if you work hard and you're good at your craft and you're good to people and you show up on time and I thought that that's what was needed to succeed.
But she's so versed in the culture and she's got so much experience. She wants you to believe that she was naive. She thinks we're fucking stupid.
Fake relationships and backstabbing and cancel culture. I have medals for tap dancing. I'm not just like a YouTuber who causes shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I am definitely a shit disturber and I will be disturbing all of the shit in this
video. We know you're a shit stirrer for sure. There's a shortage above the neckline. No shit, Kevin.
The scuzzy people have taken over. I am going to disturb that shit because it needs to be disturbed because I'm disturbed. Most women.
She reminds me of somebody though. She definitely reminds me of somebody and everybody has seen her. So I'll just leave it at that.
In the industry are disturbed. So yeah, we need to disturb some shit. When I started getting success, I very quickly learned how dangerous the industry is and how fake it is. And when I say dangerous, I mean dangerous. Be it sex, be it clout, be it my audience from working with them. If you won't give these people what they want, they will take from you whatever they want. I had no idea.
So keep in mind now, she's got 450,000 subscribers. So she is saying that she's the one bringing the clout. She's the one bringing the fame.
I would be pulled into people's fake soap operas because that's what they do. They invent drama and then they pull you into it and you're already in it. You don't even have a chance to say no thanks. They already used your name and now you have to respond to the lies they just made up about you. And it's incredibly toxic. It's not just.
So keep in mind too, right? This is something else that I find kind of interesting. This shit that she's talking about right here happened years ago, but she's waited till now to put this video out.
It's toxic. It's psychotic. The fake soap opera stories will be in my book one day. If you've followed me for a while, you've probably seen some of them, but I'll leave that for my one day book. That's fun. Let's talk about my character flaws because I feel like I've sufficiently bragged on myself. Coming into this industry, I was just like a stupid, nice Canadian. I'm from the land of good old boys. Everybody works hard and has their families and helps their friends and helps each other. We drink beer, laugh at inappropriate jokes, and listen to classic rock. We're not that complicated, but we have a lot of fun. I thought that everybody else was like us. Very naive. I also, massive character flaw, going into the entertainment industry when I started doing well, I was just kind of dating like Make-A-Wish Foundation. You're not my type at all, but you really like me. And I should want someone that really likes me. And you're a fan. So that's good. Because that means you like what I'm doing. Don't date fans. Don't date
fans. Okay.
Date fans. I didn't know not to date a fan until I dated a fan. I had a group of dudes who were super fans infiltrate my life one by one by one. Think of it like I was the Bachelorette and all the guys that I got rid of in round one became buddies, and then their sole target in life was to like take me down because I didn't give any of them a rose.
Yeah. Oh shit. When I heard her say this, I was like,
That happened to me. Girls are like, oh, you got to date a man and marry a man who's obsessed with you. And I'm like, oh, he's obsessed with me. Like, I think he might want to wear my skin. Self-admitted, I've dated some amazing, super cool guys who are just like awesome. And I also dated this group of like just returned food at the restaurants. It almost felt like an experiment, you know?
Returned.
The conclusion is don't do it. Oh gosh. Horrible choice. Character flaw. Thank God I have an amazing man now. Been together for a bunch of years. And
The only thing with that playback is people don't try without no kind of proof or evidence or, you know, somebody actually doing something. Saying something and doing something is two different things. Nobody's tried to take this bitch out or she wouldn't be here.
he's just awesome. We're both each other's fans. So that works out well. He also had no idea what I did for a living when we met. So that was like that was great. He thought I was an aspiring country singer when we met. I think it was just like my aesthetic, but racist. Yeah, I'm making light because the story's about to get heavy. I don't know. I've never had to talk about someone planning to kill me before on a video. So all of this to lead us to Nashville. 2016, recording artist and online comedian that we're going to call Byron Downdevil. It's a great freaking fake name. Byron Downdevil reached out to me online. He was a really big fan, wanted to make a video with me. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Someone who worked at Facebook was like, yeah, I have similar audiences. It'd be great for you guys to collab. I'm like, cool. I shot a video at my house. He shot one at his. We edited it together. Audiences loved it. Awesome. Fast forward to 2020. He sees that I'm getting way more into music. Is like, yo, when are we finally going to music collab? Byron Downdevil seems to be killing it at music. He has a bunch of photos up with different plaques that he's won and he's doing really well. And I'm like, well, heck yeah. He asked me to send in my demos for my upcoming album. I have videos of Byron Downdevil listening to those demos and loving them. And you should. They're amazing. And then early 2021, we planned for me to fly to Nashville and we would make music together. On account of the photo on his Instagram of him with his fiance, and the girl's like, I thought he had a fiance. And I was just going there to work. Some music for my album, some for yours, some duets. Like, let's see what we write. It was a writing trip. Very normal stuff. Our writing sessions are going great. We're making great songs. I'm having a great time. He's having a great time. Life is good. My second or third night in Nashville, a Canadian country singer, girl that I knew from online and the Canadian world, invited me to come out for a drink at Kid Rock's with her and some of her friends and her husband, who's also
You're supposed to overlook that just because of who she's talking about. You don't know that?
like a massive, super talented, amazing country singer. I didn't know who he was at the time, but I looked at his music after and it's like, he's really good. So I was like, hey, Downdevil, want to go? We're on the third floor of Kid Rock's bar on Broadway. I have one drink. A Tito's and soda.
Okay.
That drink is handed to me from the waitress off of her.
I really don't. I just do not like women like this. As long as they're getting their way, everything's good to go. But as soon as they don't get their way,
tray. I have a couple sips. I give it to Byron Downdevil. I go to the washroom. I come back. I have a couple more sips, and then we got to go because we're going back to another studio session. I don't know who did it, but I was roofied that night. And I knew what being roofied felt like because I had been roofied in the past, unfortunately. It's not like it wasn't a common occurrence in my life, but I worked in entertainment and nightlife and live events my whole life. I threw up all over Downdevil sports car, like projectile vomit. Very embarrassing. He totally took care of me, and I never said he didn't. I told him I don't want to go to the hospital. I've been roofied before.
Yeah, we seen on fucking Bunny's podcast. But I want everybody to understand something. When you get roofied, you don't remember shit. She's fucking lying.
Before I know exactly what's going to happen, I just got to get to my hotel room. But he wanted to take me to the hospital. We go to this clinic like 40 minutes-ish outside of town in Ashland City, which was pretty far from where we were because I was staying in the Gulch. He seems to be very confused as to what happened when we went to that emergency room. But even though I was roofied, I'm not. I was roofied. And the nurse said I was roofied. And as I already knew.
And the nurse said you were roofied. Okay. All right.
You can't do
Listen
anything
to what
when
she
you're
says right here, though.
Roofied. They just gave me an IV and then they tested me for drugs. Not roofies, just drugs. Marijuana and cocaine and meth and I think 2 others. They did a drug panel on me. And that drug panel came back clean on account of me not doing drugs. However, I think that Downdevil has a little sordid memory on this one. They didn't test me for roofies because they can't test me for roofies. Let's consult this recorded conversation with the TriStar Medical Clinic on the topic.
Thank you, TriStar Ashland City Medical Center.
Then why didn't you request that they send your shit out for further testing then, Nicole? because it wasn't important to you at the time, because you knew you hadn't been done that way. I don't like it.
Ashland City, can I help you?
Hi there. I was just wondering if you guys have the ability to test for roofies if a girl thought they were roofied.
So we can do a regular 5-panel drug screen here in RER. Anything else would be a send out for us.
Okay. And do most things usually show up on that 5-panel?
I can tell you we can test for opiates, amphetamines, marijuana, cocaine.
Okay, but not like Rohypnol or that kind of stuff, GHB?
No, ma'am, not that I'm aware of. I'm not sure of anyone that can do that, like in their ER. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I understand. God bless. You guys do great work. Okay, thank you. There's 2 reasons that I've learned most hospitals.
So how did the nurse know you had been roofied then? That's one of my main questions, right? How would the nurse know you'd been roofied then if they didn't have the ability to test for it? So at that time, she's just assuming. It's weird that the way that these people try to spin shit and make themselves the victim of something. I doubt anybody roofied her. What's up, Drew?
In Nashville do not test for roofies. Reason the first, they don't want stats.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if a nurse assumes you've been roofied, they're going to send it out for a further investigation. She's not in Nashville. She's in Cheatham County. Now, she's trying to use Nashville stats for that, right? Cheatham County is not a fucking tourist destination like Nashville. She's making this shit up.
Of people getting roofied. If they don't have the tests, then there's no stats. People are getting roofied at an alarming rate in Nashville.
So there's been a ton of reports of people being roofied in Nashville.
I'm pretty sure I got roofied. I don't remember any of it.
I got roofied on my...
Yeah, but Nicole remembers every fucking bit of it. So make that make sense. She thinks people are fucking ignorant, man.
My birthday.
If you feel like you've been roofied, leave.
I have been... this word. I've twice now at Miranda Lambert's on Broadway.
The fact that this happened to thousands of people in this comment section, you guys, I am shook. I did not realize this was happening as much on Broadway in Nashville as it is.
Alarming rate. And it's a tourist town. If they want tourists to keep coming.
So basically what she's done is she has gathered all these little video clips from shit that's happened to people, and she's trying to make that her story.
I mean, they can't have this giant stat of how many people are actually getting roofied there every month. So they just don't test. It's stat manipulation, kind of like with COVID.
With the hospitals, there seems to be an issue where not all of the hospitals want to test.
So not all the hospitals, but they do test for it, right? That's what this guy's saying.
For people who come in and feel like they've been drugged or roofied.
And number 2, when you don't know what you're testing for, you don't know what to test for. Are we testing for Rohypnol? Are we testing for GHB? There just isn't like a one-size-fits-all roofie test right now. So I was roofied that night and it sucked. Byron Downdevil took me back to my hotel. He sat on the floor until I fell asleep and he left like a gentleman. Contrary to some click.
You notice how she won't say his name, right? That court case fucking taught her something about that shit.
On the internet, that's all I ever said happened that night. There was no essay, there was no assault, there was no graping going on.
What
like
did she say?
That night, and it sucked. Byron, like a one, I don't know what to test for. Are we testing for Rohypnol? Are we testing for GHB? There just isn't like a one-size-fits-all roofie test right now. So I was roofied that night, and it sucked. Byron Downdevil took me back to my hotel. He sat on the floor until I fell asleep and he left like a gentleman. Contrary to some clickbait on the internet, that's all I ever said happened that night. There was no essay.
But she put it out that she was roofied in his presence, trying to make it sound like he had fucking done something to her or had allowed something to be done to her. Now, I watched all this shit unfold in real time, or as close to real time as you can get on YouTube, I guess. And, you know,
there was no assault. There was no graping going. Like, it didn't happen. I've never said it happened. So who made up and spread those stories? Long story short, making music with Byron was going great I was super excited about some of the music, shot some music video stuff for some of the songs. It was awesome. Unfortunately, it turned into a situation where someone had some feelings, someone maybe didn't have the same kind of feelings and tried to back away politely. The other person's feelings were very hurt. Punishment
Well,
to
when
me.
you lead a man on and you leave him with blue balls, yeah, you're going to be pissed. You don't do that shit. You do not use your body in any kind of way to lead somebody on, thinking that something's going to happen. And as long as you get what you want out of it, allegedly, because that's what it kind of looked like to me, right? That's what she's famous for doing to these guys, is getting them right to the point. And then, you know,
For hurting
that's
their
just not
feelings,
right either.
they decided that I would become their new clickbait scam. I woke up one day and I'm suddenly in a new soap opera that I did not sign up for. The story that he made up is that I stole his wallet. He knows I didn't steal his wallet. He left it in my guest bathroom. It was one of those things where it's like, if you won't give me what I want, then I'm going to take what I want. We both.
So by making up a story of you keeping his wallet, now I watched the videos of you posting, Nicole, about you not giving the man back his wallet. You wasn't giving it to his team. You wanted to give it directly to him. So what was, if you wanted the man to have his property back, you knew it was his fucking team. Why didn't you just give the wallet back? I never have understood that. What was the angle behind there? Because there had to be an angle or she'd have gave it back.
Both had about the same size following, by the way. That's like an
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Didn't have the same size following. You ain't never had the same size following. To this day, you only got 453,000 subscribers on here. You don't have the same size following as Ryan does, and never have, and never will. People don't trust you.
other thing people get wrong with these stories. His whole team and his mother are in on the scheme because this is what they do constantly. He's made millions of dollars off of clickbait. Like
Now,
just the other day,
remind
he
yourself,
lied.
she waited until this shit came out with this court case to say this shit, right? Because it was popular. It was cycling around. People knowed who she was, so she was going to drop this in. It's kind of fucked up.
To his audience about going to court, and then later was like, I was just trolling. Like, this is part of this guy's brand, is just making shit up and calling it trolling. It's how he makes money. Within a few hours, the police were called on me for not giving back his wallet. They were allegedly told that I'm a super fan of his and just wanted to see him. Cruisers and like a TMZ style camera person were in front of my place. I'm not special in this.
Bitch, you literally had the man's wallet, flaunting it on fucking camera, saying you wasn't giving it back to any member on his team. We remember this shit. We're not fucking stupid. I hate these gaslighting ass fucking people.
It was a total setup in the same way that Britney Spears being arrested for a DUI was a setup. Oh, it's a DUI, but she blew under. Oh, she had drugs, but it was her prescribed Adderall. Oh, I stole a wallet, but you left it at my house.
I don't give a fuck if it was a prescribed prescription. If you're under the influence and you're driving, that's a fucking DUI. Nobody set nobody up. You set yourself up.
I won't give it back, and you need to do YouTube videos about it for days and rile up your audience. But you already had it. Off of all the views and clicks that he created off this fake story.
Lady, you were posting the goddamn wallet. You were going right along fucking with it. What are you talking about? I bet that video is going off her fucking page.
He launched his album, which featured Jelly Roll. So now I'm by myself in Nashville with hundreds of death threats coming at me. I have to have security to walk anywhere. There's a gang member rallying people to come get me on behalf of his friend. I have people in the industry being like, Nicole, the news cycle is short. It's only going to last a couple of weeks and then everything will go down and everybody will forget. They didn't forget. So Jelly Roll and Down Devil are making a ton of money off this story. They're getting views. They're getting clicks. They're getting streams.
You're missing the
I'm
point,
getting no
bro.
sleep and
You
having
really
to
are. You're
go
missing
to the police. There's hundreds of videos and posts made about me and this completely fake story. The death threats were so bad and vile and scary and knew where I was.
Yeah, I don't know, Million Mile. I think it was a plant between both of them, to be honest with you.
That I had to go to
If
the
I had to
police. The
guess.
police were like, you gave the wallet back.
Because it
Ask
looked
him
like
to
a very plain fucking wallet with no money and nothing but an ID in there. You remember she opened it up. There was no cash in there. There was no credit cards. There was nothing but his driver's license. And it looked like a brand new wallet.
stop saying this. I'm like, you think I haven't been asking him to stop? It really seemed like Jelly Roll's crew got off on the idea that I was terrified. Prior to this, I had all the freedom of a normal human being in the world. And then suddenly I had to have private hired security guards armed with AR-15s walking around with me because which I had to pay for, because people were going to kill me based on lies that were created to help promote Jelly Roll and his friends' music. Just as things online are slightly starting to calm down, and I'm like, okay, I can breathe. I survived that. I got through it. Here comes money. Nicole, did you know Jelly Roll? No, I didn't know Jelly Roll. I met Jelly Roll for probably less than 2 minutes in passing when I went to do his wife's podcast. She had reached out to me, asked me to be on her podcast.
About the wallet part of it, there wasn't, I don't remember seeing anything in there. If that's what you're talking about, I don't remember seeing nothing in there but a driver's license.
Never heard of her. I'd never heard of her husband. Didn't know who they were. To be super specific, because these details matter, they had a much smaller following than me. I was told Jelly Roll and his wife are very Nashville and they'll promote our singles when they come out and we're going to promote theirs. And I'm like, oh, go team. Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll come on your podcast. Stupid Canadian. I didn't even really look it up before because I was so busy. So I get to her podcast studio. Jelly Roll greets me at the door. He's a huge fan of mine, wants to give me a big hug. He's like, oh, welcome to Nashville. Oh, yeah. Gosh, I've been following you for years. I'm such a big fan.
She didn't have no bodyguards. Not armed bodyguards anyway. For what? She's nobody. She's got about as much chance of getting mugged as I do.
That was it. I'm like, oh, friendly, cool. I go to do his wife's podcast. So she asks me before we start the podcast if we can talk about Down Devil saving me from being roofied a couple nights ago. I was like, yeah, that's a great story. I'm happy to share that. Wait a minute. How did you know that I was roofied, Bunny? How'd you know? I didn't tell
you. That was the first thing that fucking went through my mind is, damn, that wallet looks awful fucking new, you know? But I never put two and two together back then because I really wasn't invested in it to even be watching. You know what I'm saying? Other than just watching the videos, trying to keep up with what was going on. But I wasn't like criticizing everything that came out. Yeah, no, it was definitely a setup. The whole thing was. It was just too weird. Who don't give somebody back their fucking wallet and then who goes and posts about it?
Bunny, good question, right? I do this podcast and she's totally bottom of the barrel, salacious, hooker porn host. Oh, what's this guy's dick look like? Did you bang this person? Like, her target audience is the lowest common denominator of society. Not long after my episode, she hosted the Whore Olympics.
That right there, a lot, right? Bunny's target audience is the lowest of society. But yet this bitch wants to make money off of everybody. It's in that fucking group.
On her show where she had women spread their legs and jam the biggest object they could into their vaginas, and whoever did that, proving that they don't know their father, won. But that's her thing and that's her audience, and I was polite and I did the show and it is what it is. After the show, she's like, you're hilarious, we should be friends, let's go for lunch. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down, because I was too friendly. I should have had a boundary. I should have been like, Whore Olympics, porn, escorting, all this shit, that is not my brand. That is not what I want to be around.
That's not her brand. You see that picture she put right there? That's not her brand.
I was too friendly. I should have had a boundary. I should have been like, Whore Olympics, porn, escorting, all this shit, that is not my brand.
Then what is this picture about? You were definitely down for the fucking games.
That is not what I want to be around.
And something else I find here too, right? Why did she just post just these little clips? Why didn't she post the whole conversation? Just so she can steer the fucking narrative.
No. Sometimes I'll hear that old thing like, oh, Jesus hung with all these people. No, he didn't. Jesus hung with hookers and people who stole and whatever.
I heard that, Million. I really did. I heard that.
In order to lead them the right way. You can't just meet them at where they are.
Let me know when the pod's coming out and I'll promo. Save the pic and swipe up for it. And my team's in town next week shooting if you're still game.
and hang out in that sludge. And that's what that felt like, was hanging out in the sludge. Don't play in the sludge to be polite. It's not polite to you. March 14th, 2021, as the story of the fake stolen wallet begins to simmer online, and I'm like,
the fake stolen wallet. So it was fake then. The whole thing was fake.
okay, I survived that one. I can hopefully go back to normal life and all these crazies will stop saying they're going to kill me, and whew, I'm out of the woods. Jelly Roll's wife, Bunny, suddenly posted that I had accused their friend of drugging and raping me on her podcast, which she can no longer post. She made her audience think I said that on her podcast, and I instantly DM'd her and said, I never said that. She didn't care. She didn't care.
This part right here. So she only posts just as part of the conversation where Bunny's talking back to her. I find that very, very odd. When you post somebody's conversation, if you post, which you should never do anyway, it should be a private conversation between people. But when you do, you need to post the whole fucking thing for all the context to be there, not just the parts you want people to see.
She was making clickbait. The first round of clickbait went so well that they were trying to use me again with some other made up bullshit. I'm getting mad. Post where I was talking about SA that did happen to me in the past. She decided that it was about her friend, even after I told her it wasn't. And that bitch ran with that story. She reverse Me Too'd me. She reverse Me Too'd me.
She reverse Me Too'd me.
Reverse you too.
A fan had said to me that Jelly Roll and Bunny remind her of like Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka. They're serial killers that raped women and then killed them together. And I agree. There's a level of sinister and abuse and just filth. And it's just disgusting. The messages that Bunny was sending me. She knew she made that lie up, and she was mocking me for the lie that she made up. Hey, you said you were raped and now you're saying you're not. That is so weird. I never said he raped me. That didn't happen. Hey, mama, I don't know. This is getting messy. I've never said that man raped me and it didn't happen. Please keep in mind, I don't know this chick. I met her for a podcast for like an hour. That's it of my whole life. Her husband.
Again, she didn't post the whole fucking thing. She posted just a fucking split screenshot of it.
Jelly Roll, less than 5 minutes. Now Bunny's making it go viral that I said I was raped and roofied by their friend. They invent stories for attention.
Clear.
I've never in my life encountered a woman as evil as Alyssa DeFord. She's like, oh, this is the same girl that stole the wallet. I went from 100 death threats to thousands of death threats. I was suddenly enemy number one for men who have had false allegations against them. Except I had never made an allegation. I messaged Bunny. I'm like, hey, I'd really prefer if nothing about any of these guys are in the podcast we did, because it would be really out of context now. She said she's going to do whatever her husband says because those guys are friends with her husband. And then taunts me with kiss emojis. There is no exaggeration when I say tens of thousands of hate messages.
Better pack up and go, bitch. You think we give a fuck about a piece of paper, hoe? You can come and get it, but don't worry, we got our eyes on you.
Messages, comments, death threats, violence threats, hunting me, finding my address, phone hacked, computer hacked, banking hacked, Facebook fan page hacked. All of these things happen. They were going to slice me into pieces. Oh, saying these things out loud is really disturbing. They were going to slice me into pieces and scatter those pieces so that they could never find my remains. I wasn't getting like one message like this.
Oh, they'll find you. At the plastic surgeons, I bet. What's up, Copper Top?
I was getting tons. These people knew where I banked.
Yeah,
where I
that's
got
about what I was thinking doing.
my hair done, where I went. Like they were clearly
Bro, that was some cool shit, man. Them fucking Eagles, that was some cool shit, bro.
finding me. Hunting Nicole turned into like an online game apparently driven by Bunny. I had to go to the police because of all the threats I was getting, and police referred me.
Yeah, I don't believe that either, ADA. I really don't. It's all publicity stunts and sympathy views. Because God knows,
to victim services because they couldn't keep me safe. Oh my gosh, I don't want to get emotional. I'm so like, it's very traumatizing. I'm talking like a thriller movie. I had to be relocated for my safety and put into hiding. So
you just sat there and said you were staying at a fucking motel. How hard is it to relocate from one motel to the other? I mean, it's not that fucking hard, is it? What? Yeah, no doubt.
I wasn't
brother.
murdered by people who were believing lies that Bunny created. Boom. March 18th, 2021, I had to get a temporary order of protection against Down Devil to try and make him stop what he was doing. Victim services took my phone and were looking through it, and they had tears in their eyes, and they're like, "You're in danger." I'm like, "I'm in danger."
Victim services had tears in their eyes. You know, they actually fucking see thousands of cases of domestic violence and other shit. They're not having tears in your eyes over YouTube comments, Instagram comments. These people are fucking crazy.
Danger. All I had done was gone on a podcast and not dated someone. Bunny and Jelly Roll have a crew of harassers. These are people with violent histories, mugshots, been to jail, gang affiliated that will do the bidding of Jelly Roll and Bunny. These guys were reposting everything and inventing new lies about me all day, every day. His friend called ICE on me last week, by the way.
See how she docks this motherfucker's phone number? She literally docks these people's phone number. This is not a message. This is a fucking phone call. There should be no message there. She created this shit. This is fucked up.
Way. Just want to make sure that's in there. Jelly Roll used the story and momentum of me having to get an order of protection as a way to launch a single that had already been out, didn't do well, but now with all this invented scandal they created, they relaunched it. That was in March. A month later.
So that part of it I kind of believe, right? Because we all know that they're famous for doing that. Using drama to launch music. Because it gets more eyes on it.
Bunny was still posting about me online. I had asked Bunny over and over to just please
North
stop
American toll-free number. Is that what that was, Chris?
posting anything about my personal life online. I don't know you. She would take those screenshots and send them to these men with multiple restraining orders for doing horrific things to women. And then those men would repost them. She's a horror movie level psychopath. And
yeah, she didn't put no names on that. She just said these men. That way she can't be held liable for it. She knows exactly what she's doing.
If you told me you found a bunch of young women locked in her basement tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised. If a girl said to me, please don't post that, that's really scaring me, I'd be like, all right, of course. I would not post something that's going to scare a woman. No. Bunny and her abusive man friend starts selling merchandise, mocking me. My thing since high school has been Go Team. It's hashtag Go Team. I can cheer for you because I know I'm awesome too. Everything's better when we work together. It's a positivity and motivation movement. This woman starts selling Go Tee and Ho Team merchandise. Go Tee and Ho Team merchandise went on sale. Fuck me. And fake survivors of abuse that never happened. Items included t-shirts and mugs. They spread that I was never in a car accident, that I had a fake passport, I don't have US paperwork, and I'm in America illegally. That's when I heard from Andrew Bayless, who was a producer I was working with at the time. We did the
Oh, here's where it's going to cost her millions of dollars. Here we go.
Song Biddy Bum together, and then he was going to produce the rest of my rock album. Turns out Jelly Roll had given him a call and he's not allowed to work with me anymore. My corporate clients started getting messages about these fake rape allegations. So did anybody who worked with me or had me on their show. Oh, don't worry, we're getting to the part where Jelly Roll is going to kill me. They made posts celebrating as I lost followers. I lost hundreds of thousands of followers because of this fake rape scandal. And I said not a word. I was told by the police and victim services and the other victim services and lawyers not to say a word. We can't.
I find that hard to believe. You're going through a downward spiral and you're not going to go, oh, wait a minute now. This is bullshit. You don't mind airing it out now, do you?
Keep you safe if you engage with this because it might just rile everybody up even more. And by the time we get to the judge, we want to be able to show him this is serious. This isn't some YouTuber drama. So I didn't say a word and they just kept pummeling me. with fake thing after fake thing after fake thing. And the more scared they thought I was, the more they would go again. That's about the time that Bunny told her audience she refuses to air the episode with me on account of the fake charges. Her and her friends posted about me up to 600 times a day. Victim Services then helped me get a restraining order against Down Devil and that group of Bunny's friends who were working as a coordinated smear campaign team. The judge told them not to post about me anymore and just leave me alone. They ignored it instantly. This is around the time I started getting treatment for severe PTSD. PTSD, 0 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend PTSD. It was a lot of shaking, no sleeping, slurring my words, couldn't talk, violent visions, constant flashbacks, hypervigilance. I could see people like coming to murder me.
This bitch sounding like she's done been through fucking Iraq. Oh shit, hypervigilance. Bitch, you didn't see this shit coming?
Constantly. I thought I was going to die constantly because they made me feel like I was going to die constantly. Welcome back to Jelly Roll. The beloved fake Christian was going to murder me for a fake social media post. We're getting to that. Jelly Roll's violent criminal friends were waiting out front of my house starting at like 5 a.m. on the day I had to go to court. The police had to be called and escort me to court because Jelly Roll had his gangbanger friends outside waiting for me. And here comes Candace Owens. Boom.
I did not know that, Chris.
Here's some tea for you guys. Candace Owens was a big fan.
Again, don't call any kind of 1-800 numbers, none of that shit, so I wouldn't know.
Of mine and interviewed me on her show back on like PragerU.
So my next guest needs no introduction. You probably know her from the internet. She is a stand-up comedian. Nicole Arbour, welcome to the Candace Owens Show.
Thank you for having me.
You know what I love about you?
Tell me.
Maybe I was in college. You'd make all these Dear This People videos and it went viral. You were kind of like the first internet breakout star. Then you did this horrible thing.
I know, I told the truth.
You told the truth.
Oh,
and
gosh.
the rule number one on the internet, if you want to survive, is to never tell the truth.
And then when she had her first book, she sent it to me and was like, "You're my inspiration." And she was like, "Nicole, how do you keep going viral? You just like say the opposite of what everybody thinks." I'm like, "No, I'm not just being a contrarian and saying like the opposite of what everybody thinks. I'm telling the truth." But she didn't seem too interested in the truth, that Candace Owens. I would have considered her like a work friend at the time. We had a bunch of conversations. I was helping her create her show. Her show was originally supposed to be like The View, but with people who aren't just like super liberal. So I was supposed to be one of those people. And at the last second, she was like, "Oh, Daily Wire decided that it's just going to be my show, but we're still going to have a panel. And I want you to be like a regular guest on the panel." I was like, "I'm there." I was on the first episode. My second episode to come on there and talk about cancel culture because I'm like,
they kicked you to fuck off if I remember right. They started questioning you about things and you couldn't take the heat because if it was fake and the shit was a lie, you'd have had some kind of rebuttal for it, but you didn't. You ran when you got called out for it. You're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I can't take this anymore. I'm out." I watched it.
Like, not about it. She was all like, "Cancel Chrissy Teigen." And I'm like, let the market decide. You don't have to cancel her. We can see her behavior and decide we don't want to buy anything. Candace's ego can't handle any pushback whatsoever on any topic. Candace had heard rumblings that Daily Wire was going to give me my own show. She didn't want any competition, so she wanted to take me out. I wish I was joking, but I'm not.
Lady, you are no competition to Candace Owens. To even try to put yourself on that kind of pedestal, you know you're lying. We know you're lying. We know that you know that you're lying.
So I'm on Candace's show and I'm clearly owning her on this debate.
We've all seen the movie Mean Girls. You cannot out-mean the Mean Girls. I don't like that you have used your audience to engage in cancel culture. Can we call people out? Yes. You consider this is basically because I don't, when I'm part of the hashtag cancel Chrissy, yeah, it is the opposite of everything you say you stand for.
So she flips the show into a gotcha moment about women who falsely accuse men. And she starts rattling off the names of these violent stalkers who have restraining orders against them, who are just crazy people, whatever it is, and repeating all the lies that Bunny made up to a studio audience. I was like, I can't talk about this.
I think what you just did is disgusting. You just took something personal and private that I've talked to you about.
It's not private, it's all over the internet. It's not all over the internet. I'm sure that in the post she doesn't say that we didn't give her a platform.
Great, I don't want a platform. Okay. Unfortunately, being a person in the spotlight, I've had some stalkers. And right now, some of those stalkers, you just named them. I have a restraining order against those stalkers. Those stalkers are prohibited from talking about me further because they've done so many crazy things and made up so much stuff, which is why there's a restraining order, which is why they have to
I wish
pull
she'd
down
have
other videos.
posted all this in its entirety, but she didn't. She just took the clips out where she was talking right here.
They were using my name and they made things up. You bringing those up, nothing, the videos are not up. You doing this right now has nothing to do with the point, but everything to do with you. And you're being mad at me because I disagreed with you.
Yeah, I had already talked to Candace about this in private, and she knew how terrified I was of this situation. These guys were psycho stalkers who said they weren't going to stop until I killed myself or somebody else killed me. So much fun. This story's so much fun for me to tell. After the Daily Wire saw I do, in fact, have a restraining order against those guys, and they're not stupid people. And I told Jeremy, like, I am very scared. This is terrifying for me. You're not supposed to mention stalkers on a national TV show. What is wrong with you? The Daily Wire
This bitch. Victim, 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 victim.
agrees not to air that part of the segment, but in exchange, they're going to make it seem like I stormed off the show. Come on, Nicole, we need a hook. So to keep myself safe, I had to let them pretend in the edit that I had stormed off the show.
I'm talking about Nicole Arbor. There's a huge walk-off tonight. If you guys are Daily Wire members, you're going to see it. dailywire.com/subscribe. By the way, the discount, if you're subscribing to Daily Wire, is Chrissy. I think I'm so funny. To get like 20% off or whatever if you're going to subscribe. Nicole Arbor did this huge walk-off after she created the entire drama. Girls need to support girls, and oh my God, go team, and oh my God, team. Like, we all need to just like be out there supporting each other. She does a massive walk-off tonight. We are going to have to just like piece it in, like basically a disclaimer to tell you guys she said some stuff that she wanted pulled out. And again, my personal perspective is because what she was saying were pathological lies, and it would have created trouble for her.
Okay, because you just had your exit, you said keep your sayonara, like, you know, we got to move on with this. Bring this back. Do you guys passwords on you? Yeah. Sweet, thank you. And I have backstory real quick. You can go, it takes me a second. Sweet. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, she didn't get her way and she fucking ran.
Real time, while I was on that show, Candace's manager, allegedly this is who did it, Candace's manager was filming and live streaming for my stalkers and giving them the footage of me in real time. Not only did she give this men who said they're going to kill me my exact location in real time and showed them what I was wearing so they can identify me easily, she gave them this footage of Candace shouting out these known violent to women men, stalkers. Those guys had it online in 30 seconds. Bunny was resharing it. They had a whole new storyline. Look, Candace got her. I had given my address to Daily Wire because they send a car service to bring you to the show. Someone from Candace's camp gave my address from that piece of paper directly to the stalker crew who had it online in about 5 minutes. So I had to move again. Now the show airs and people think I stormed out of Candace's show because I couldn't debate her, which that really pissed me off. That was the time I almost broke.
This is the stuff that you've shown is disgusting. You don't say that about people. You don't suggest people commit suicide and things like that. You're a celebrity. You have a role of leadership. And when you do things like this, people take you seriously. These young people are affected by your platform pushing them to suicide and dirt naps and all that. Yeah. It is absolutely asinine to me.
But then it becomes.
That she did that. Let me jump in here real quick.
Please, Brandon, say something.
Listen. So listen, I think that clearly when somebody watched the video, they can tell you're talking about Candace. There's no denying that. However, I do not believe that what's going on with Chrissy Teigen is cancel culture.
It is when you put cancel Chrissy and make your audience go after her with vitriol, saying the same disgusting things that you stand against. Your audience is now doing it.
Nicole, you can use the word
cancel. My audience is now sliding in the DMs of teenagers threatening to kill them?
They're sliding at her. She has said that she's
having mental health issues.
I don't know, probably.
So now she's having mental health
issues. So now my
See, this is a whole different version of what this bitch just said.
audience is to blame because they're saying that her product shouldn't be.
You have directed your audience to be as nasty as Chris.
Did they get us, Chris?
That is not true. That is so untrue. I directed my audience specifically to Target and asked them to tell them to drop her product. I never told them to go on Chrissy's wall, not once.
This is the problem. When conservatives do things, we have consequences. If a conservative came out and said they were a Trump supporter, Target would be banning them and everything.
See, I find it funny that she just cuts out just little clips Let's just speed this up just so we
Forever.
don't get
Yeah.
So when Chrissy Teigen comes out and she does things that is evil, spiteful, it's not a representation of any of these companies, then we say hold her accountable like you would do everybody else. We're not counseling. They don't have to counsel her.
Do that. Hold her accountable.
No, she needs to be held accountable like we are. We're not. We don't. These companies are supposed to be. Let me give you an example of how you hold people accountable. Officer Corbin Seward, which was a DC Metro police officer, his chief decided to pull him off the streets. They were going to fire him because he made a comment about a young lady, Ma'Khia Bryant. There was a protester that was saying, "You're going to kill us like Ma'Khia Bryant?" And he said, "Are you going to stab somebody like Ma'Khia Bryant?" They tried to fire him. I made a video. We called the police chief. We emailed them. They gave him his doggone job back because they were wrong. And so when people do things, they need to be held accountable. That police chief was wrong.
I think it's just a language.
He's held accountable.
This is my question.
Yeah, it's crazy. This guy is a beast. That's why he stands up.
She done dipped.
He's strong. He's a force to be reckoned with, and they cannot have him.
I thought she was still there, but
Introducing Iron Beam.
I don't know. It's just, to me, they all used one another's fucking name for famous. Yeah, that was Officer Tatum. Yeah. I thought she was on there.
And was like, okay, I don't care about the judge. I don't care. I got to tell the truth here. This is insane. I tell the truth for a living. That's how I'm funny. That's what I do. And I couldn't talk. I couldn't say a thing. I had the lawyer messaging me being like, Nicole, don't do it. Nicole, don't do it. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. When Daily Wire didn't let Candace do that to me on air, she went and did live streams. Good old Candy-O did 2 live streams about him too. And me filing fake rape charges against men. And now added to the story was that the judge threw out the charges.
A lot of you guys have been like kind of following, obviously, the whole back forth last week with the whole saga with Nicole Arbour, very vocal and very passionately against women that false accuse men. First and foremost, because it smears them. And it's not a smear that just lasts a couple of days. It lasts their entire lifetimes. And, there's not a guy that can come up and just say, oh, well, the charges were dropped. And people don't go, oh, but why were the charges ever there in the first place? The idea is to make men carry that for the rest of their lives. And women know that when they lie. And by the way, when a woman false accuses a guy, it doesn't just do a disservice to that man. It does a disservice to women everywhere.
Except I had never said I was raped, and there never were any charges. And a judge
you led everybody to believe that the man fucking roofied you. Even in this video or in this series, you say nobody had your drink but Ryan. That you gave him your drink and went to the bathroom. So you're leading everybody to believe that Ryan fucking roofied you. And to me, I don't give a fuck who you are. That's just wrong, man. Especially if you didn't ever get no testing done to back up what you're saying. Let me tell you something. If, God forbid, I ever go somewhere and somebody drugs me and I go to the hospital, you better bet your ass, which, I mean, I couldn't get that lucky. No woman's going to drug me to take advantage of me. But anyways, I'm going to have the shit sent out for testing. So there's validation back to what I'm saying. These people just scream this shit looking for sympathy from everybody.
Definitely didn't throw them out because none of that ever happened. But Candace now repeated these lies to 10 million people. Outside of Candace being scared that I was going to get my own show on the Daily Wire and then she would be redundant, I was told that Bunny had paid one of those men who stalked and harassed me and posted about me constantly $10,000. I was told that Bunny paid Candace Owens $50,000 to take me out and destroy my career. She was allegedly told to destroy my reputation beyond repair. And when the Daily Wire wouldn't let her air that, she was super mad because she didn't get her extra payday. So she did it on live streams. And I thought that was really far-fetched until recently. A reporter sent me a video clip of one of Candace's live streams. And who do I see in there? It's Bunny cheering her on. This wasn't a scheduled live stream. This was an out of the blue live stream.
Ain't it funny that this bitch got the clip of Bunny's fucking...
That meant that Bunny knew exactly when she was going to do it to tune in. So now Candace Owens is saying I filed fake.
How about people just watch Candace Owens because she's got a huge fucking platform? A lot of people tune in. What's your point?
rape charges and a judge threw them out.
Woke up the police. You don't know why it's happening. You know exactly what's happening. There's been 4 days of someone trying to get their wallet back. At that point, of course, the police officers tell you it's legally considered stolen. And when a woman starts using language like, my life is going to be in danger, I'm scared for my life, like it's about text messages, about a show, you know, that's dangerous rhetoric. And that's why I really wanted to issue that warning to conservatives. Tommy Vext, another person, said that she aggressed him. It's too many people that don't know each other that are telling you the same thing. Big believer that if a woman false accuses you, you should file a report against them. Don't just let it be like, oh, well, I survived that one. Like, she has now dropped the charges because she should drop the charges. I will always use my platform for as long as I have it to stand up for men.
Jobs I still had were suddenly gone. Men that I had previously worked with wouldn't.
So, is any of that your fault? Do you take any accountability for that at all? Because it sure doesn't sound like it.
Even be alone in a room with me. And that's exactly what Bunny wanted to do.
Yeah. Fuck, I wouldn't want to be in a room with you alone either.
She gets off on torturing women. So my reputation was dead. But I wasn't dead yet. So here comes Jelly Roll. I'm Nicole Arbour, and this is the very true story about how 3-time Grammy-winning Christian country darling of Nashville, Jelly Roll, threatened, stalked me, and planned to kill me, all over some YouTube clickbait rumors.
I wonder where she got that saying from, huh?
For made-up stories that his wife and his friend made up? Because none of it's real, and you're going to shoot me in my face. I'm going to be dead because you guys made up stories about me. So I'm at the Virgin Hotel, not even long after I'm there. In storms, Jelly Roll with even more thugs. And they come in and they push.
So let me ask you a question. Did you see any of the Nicole videos where she was trying to taunt everybody with Ryan's wallet? Do you remember any of that?
Through the crowd to get to me. And my heels are like on the back of the pool. If you've been into the Virgin Hotel, like, you know, there's a pool up there, and my heels are like to the pool edge because he came like right at me. And a female, this part's so important to me. A female recording artist stepped in between and was like pushing him back and was like, hey, like, leave her alone, man. She has every right to be here. What are you doing? He's making as big of a scene as he can. He has guys filming me on their phones that are with him. The one guy has his gun fully showing now. It was like concealed earlier, but it's fully out. And he tries to use, this tells you so much about Jelly Roll too. He says to the event organizers that he donates to that charity. So he gets to decide that I better be removed. His charitable donations aren't charitable donations. It's him.
Hold on. I don't know whose channel this is, but look right here.
I had a piece of ID, so it's nothing that he needed instantly. 3 police cars at my house, and
y'all ever been pulled over?
3 police cars at her house. Oh, that's total offensive comedies. Goddamn, he got 8.5 million fucking views on that. Or no, 8,200.
Tailored in that way. I found his wallet. It was in my bathroom. There's literally nothing in it. Again, bro, if you need to borrow some money, let me know. A debit card and a piece of ID. So it's nothing that he needed instantly. 3 police cars at my house, and
y'all ever been pulled?
So why wouldn't she give it back to him? Why wouldn't she give it back to him? If there's 3 police cars at your house for his wallet and you won't give it back to him, you know what you're doing.
And you have little white, not much of a little white boy. Okay, here we go. She's a female comic. She could
up at my house. It's so shitty that I worked with. And my address, the only doesn't seem to be responding to me. For you, how about this to me? It's not.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
It's not the first time someone's tried to do this to me. It's not probably the 5th time someone's tried to do this to me. I'm still cheering for you. Have I talked to him? No. Randomly, dude doesn't seem to be responding to me.
Imagine that.
Is messaging me and has my number.
So she's crying because Ryan won't respond to her. I forgot about this. It's been that long ago. I guess this was posted 5 years ago. But it's funny how the story changes over time. Ryan wouldn't respond to her.
And my address. The only people who had my address were him and a makeup artist that I worked with. And the makeup artist didn't show up with the police. The police showed up at my house. It's so shitty. It's so shitty. But this is exactly, obviously, what his team wanted. Some extra promo. It's fucked up, because if you guys were just like, yo, Nicole, Can you help us promote? You know I would have been there. I actually bought you 2 billboards and 100 signs as a friend to like try and help you.
He must have been.
I actually bought you what?
The promo, it's fucked up because if you guys were just like, yo, Nicole, can you help us promo? You know I would have been there. I actually bought you 2 billboards and 100 signs as a friend to like try and help you.
He must have been eating that booty like groceries, dog.
Yeah, your album comes out on Monday. It's called Mud to Gold. And I hope everybody goes and downloads it. I hope everybody fucking loves it. The producers are amazing. Everybody on it's awesome. I just wish that people were better people. Yeah, this industry is strange. Life
She didn't get what she wanted.
is strange. I'm not going to pretend that it's just this industry. I know life is strange, but this industry is especially strange and cutthroat and cruel. It's just cruel. It's just mean and weird. And people like play mind games with you, and they try and fuck with you, and they try to pretend they're dating you. They try and act like they want to date you. Sometimes they pretend they're your friend. Everything.
So now Ryan was pretending to date her. Did you hear that? Now, today, she was pretending to date Ryan. Can't make this shit up.
Pretend that it's just this industry. I know life is strange, but this industry is especially strange and cutthroat and cruel. It's just cruel. It's just mean and weird. And people like play mind games with you, and they try and fuck with you, and they try to pretend they're dating you. They try and act like they want to date you. Sometimes they pretend they're your friend. Everything is always fucking strange, and it's not the first time people have tried to use me. This isn't my first rodeo.
Now we're just blatantly lying. Y'all were dating. You were sleeping in the same bed together and touching each other's genitalia. There's proof of that on the internet. The proof abounds now. Wow. It's one thing to not want to put your personal life. Yeah. Pull the Keanu. Don't fucking. Wouldn't want to. Nope. Mercules. No. That's a lot of diss tracks you could be hitting. Get o'clock in the morning in Tennessee. She actually has on gold her shit before she went ahead and tried. Wow.
Heartbeat. Love y'all. Good vibes to everybody. Still, because let's go team. I'm disappointed as fuck. This is stupid, petty troll shit. I wouldn't have done this to you. I would never. Why do I have the wallet? Because he left it in my bathroom. That's why.
Yeah.
He left it in my bathroom.
That's
as well as a backpack and a hat
Yep.
and a pair of jeans and a mask and some gym clothes, and there's a belt. There's a whole bunch of shit because he changed out his clothes and changed it to other clothes when he got here.
Right.
There's a bunch of shit here, but I don't know if this was left on purpose. I don't believe he would do something like that, like plant it here. But I found it today.
See, here's the thing. If she truly.
Why didn't you just give it back to the fucking cops when they went up there? That's my question. It's awful fucking weird, but if you hear her now, it's totally fucking different, I know. It's a fucking grift. These people are fucking grifters.
That turned out to not be true. Next part coming soon. Purchasing goodwill from people. It's him purchasing bribes. It's him purchasing his ability to terrify women and do whatever he wants to victims. That's why he donates money. All of the corporate donors and sponsors who came to that event to raise money for veterans and their families. And you're making it about you. A lot of people saw this happen, by the way. 2 more females from the event stepped in and they're like, hey, he's like,
my point of even showing this, right, is because when she was saying that how naive she was, I was like, no, bitch, you're not fucking naive. You're cunning. You're one of them ones that will fucking put anybody underneath the bus to level yourself up. There's so much of that going on right now. It's a shame too, right? Let your talent speak for yourself. You don't have to do this. If you are fucking talented, you do not have to do this.
she's doing this for her album. Let me explain to you how sadistic that is. Because remember, he had already called.
Yeah, Grizz, she's not naive at all. When you go and she brags on herself about all what she's fucking done and how long she's been around, she knows how the system works. But she wants you to believe that she didn't. That's bullshit.
The producer of my album to kill my album. He called the producer of my album to kill my album. Now he's telling people that I'm doing this. I don't even know what this is, as promo for my album that he has already killed. They ask him to like go off to the side. They take me over to the other side. I'm speaking with like a couple of the corporate sponsors and I'm just like apologizing. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know him. I don't know what's really happening here, but I'm so sorry. Like I was so embarrassed. I was terrified and embarrassed. And I know that that's exactly what he wanted. You know, like he wanted to make the biggest scene as possible. He also said that he couldn't promise the event wouldn't be shot up until I was removed. This is who Jelly Roll is. So my security goes over to Jelly Roll and his guys to try and de-escalate. He's like, let me try and talk to him. Let me try and explain to him the real situation here. Let's see where he's at. Let's try and like make things right. He comes back and he's like, Nicole, they want to hurt you. And I can't protect you. I can't. He's like, you got one guy tonight. There's all those guys over there. I can't protect you. And he told me that they offered him, I think it was 2 times, then 5 times, then 10 times what I was paying him to leave me alone so I didn't have security tonight. Why? Like, Jelly Roll, what were you trying to do that you were trying to pay my security guard to leave me alone so you could get to me? What were you trying to do? It's so psychotic.
Got a bunch of parts coming for his outboard, so I had to answer the door real quick.
My security guard was like, I have a daughter. I'm not going to leave you by yourself. I didn't take the offer. He goes, but I also can't defend you against all of these guys. So we got to get you out of here immediately. And I had to leave the event that I was booked at. And if this sounds crazy, it's because it is. But there are witnesses and people who have come forward. Oh, and there's this.
There's more to this than you. And I'm asking you. He's a habitual liar. You said you don't know me? Did you not come to my office? I know you're Bill. I know she. I know once again, I've got multiple folks from Bonner coming up. I don't know what she does, but I do. I don't know that she's here. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know why she's here. I don't know why she's on the field without thanks. I also know this woman is extremely toxic. If you're habitual lying, toxicness.
I love you all.
Yeah. And once again, I'm sorry. I'm donating she's here. Trying to promote her album right now. She's trying to promote her album.
I'm so sorry.
See, Jelly knows exactly what's going on, and she's trying to make him look fucked up.
It's okay. Let's just, if y'all want to separate and have it again, we're going to have someone else. I'm so sorry. I do not want to be in the middle of it.
She's a habitual liar. You said you don't know me? Did you not come to my office? I know you're Bill.
So I leave and I go to a third place to meet up with some friends and have a drink. And I'm like, okay, I need a drink. I know he's over there at the Virgin. I'm going to go over here. Totally different place to Loser's Bar, meet up with some friends and a guy that I had started dating at the time. I wasn't even there that long when Jelly Roll and his thugs burst. I mean, like burst through the freaking door, like the back room of Losers. They burst through that back door looking for me. He sees me. That's another important thing is he told me if I ever see him, I better run. He doesn't care if it's at a charity event. He doesn't care if it's at an event, if it's at an award show, if it's at anything, I better fucking run. That's what the guy with the thugs with the guns told me is I better run if I see him. So he storms into Loser's Bar and starts pushing through the crowd. Literally, again, just like a movie, like pushing through people to get to me. And as he's coming to me, the security pulls me. And the guy that I was talking to, he's like, what's going on? I'm like, I got to go. He's like, why? Why do you have to go? I'm like, I got to go right now. I got to go by.
No,
I think it was like under the bar and leave, run.
I'm changing oil and some anodes and stuff like that. When you run in salt water, you know, you got to keep all that shit done. And I'm going to tell you what, though. I will buy another one of them fucking motors. If that motor blew up this weekend, I'd still go buy another one of them.
Out of the staff entrance, the security guard was like, Nicole, you're in trouble.
Nicole is so busy working on podcasts for you, she asked me to read her ad this week. Somewhere between the first warm week.
No, yeah, she is a shit starter.
Weekend and realizing short season is getting close, Nicole realized eating well is no longer optional. Factor is how she stopped letting a busy schedule be her excuse. Fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs. Ready in 2 minutes, no planning, no cooking. Nicole loved the Tex-Mex chicken bowl after her workout last week and was genuinely the best decision she made all day. With quality functional ingredients, including Pro Collection, supports strength and recovery. Perfect if you're getting back into a
detail of the next 5 years, but there was no like, we won't kill you if... It was, we're going to kill you. I'm going to shoot you in the face. And if I see you, you better run. I haven't attended a single event that I thought Jelly Roll might be at since then. I was invited to the Super Bowl, NASCAR, big event in Nashville last year with Dolly Parton, which I would have loved to do. I was invited to raise money at this big like charity event in Nashville.
Raising shit.
That helps support cancer research and families going through cancer. My dad beat cancer again last year. I couldn't go because Jelly Roll was going to be there. Award shows I'm invited to, I don't go. I don't want him to know where I am.
What are you going to win an award for? Nicole, what the fuck are you even doing that? I didn't know they had a suing Red Ribbon award show.
I was booked at another Folds of Honor event coming up. Jelly Roll allegedly, and this is alleged by Fold of Honor, called them and said they better uninvite me or he's going to throw a fit. And by now they know what throw a fit means. So I was uninvited from that Folds of Honor event, or Jelly Roll would cause a giant scene. I would take so long going through all of this. I'm just going to start reading through some of the things that happened to me after this. He told everybody that would listen that me and him have beef and not to have me on their shows. Cause if you're cool with Jelly Roll, you got to listen to what he says. And apparently tells people that I filed fake rape charges against his friend and a judge threw them out. So they have to get me out of the industry. I'm trying to extort guys for money. Again, keeping in mind, none of that happened. All fake. So his wife went on a very visible public smear campaign, and behind the scenes, he apparently called podcasters, recording studios, music producers, anybody that he to tell them not to work with me. So now I'm getting canceled.
Keep in mind. I want y'all to think about this. Jelly Roll and Ryan has had a falling out. This video has been put out. I don't know when it was put out. 3 months ago. 3 months ago. So she's still talking as if them two are still buddies. That's how far she's having to go to stretch the fucking truth.
From all the shows that I was booked for coming up. A big event that I was supposed to be the host of that was going right across America is starting to get complaints from people's bookers being like, oh, that's the girl that filed fake rape charges. We don't want our artists near her. Apparently, I didn't talk to these people. And then eventually I was dropped as the host of this big tour because I was a diva for needing to have security guards, only to find out that the woman organizing it was friends with the guys who were stalking me. They're like, no, the venue doesn't allow armed security in Texas. Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot, and it was all day, and it was constant, and I couldn't trust people. I would get messages almost daily from him or his friends saying that they're good.
That they do. It is slap hilarious. So if I go and pick a fight with somebody, and their buddies beat me up later on, is it their fault or is it my fault for going and starting the shit to start with? These people, desperate as fuck, homie.
To kill me. They would message me from burner accounts. I'd look them up and it was like those different apps that you can get to get a fake number. And then the number was gone the next day. But it was like consistent, daily, we're going to kill you. We're going to kill you. We know where you are. They knew my address. They would send me my address. I had to move. Yeah, I've moved well over 10 times. I'd say like 20 times since this has happened. I'm not sure if I got to this part, but like, so after this happened, I'm pretty sure this is after this happened, Bunny had their friend Tommy Vext on her podcast for the purpose of talking shit about me and another one of his victims, Whitney. Now, with a 2-year restraining order against him for violence and really scary stuff. Just really take this in. Bunny had someone that had at least two different restraining orders against him from 2 different women at that moment on her podcast to platform him and give him somewhere where he could publicly continue to abuse and terrify these women. It's not that surprising when you really take in that this is the same woman who wanted to have a serial killer on her podcast. Like, what was it, last year? Wade Wilson.
We just called one of the jails in Florida to talk to Wade Wilson to get him on the podcast because I'm fascinated with...
Yeah, that's what people do, man. They try to keep people entertained. What's up there, Dapper?
His story.
She thinks he's hot. She wanted to have on a serial killer who had turned women into what police describe as spaghetti.
Everybody's like, oh, dude, he's so fine. And the other half are like, I'd let him run me over.
I knew these videos were going to be deleted and taken down, which is why I saved them. But this is a big show of Bunny's character as a person. She is willing to bring a man like this onto her podcast because she is fascinated with his story.
Psychopaths. So this Tommy friend of theirs was apparently paid $10,000 to destroy my reputation as much as he could. Goes on her podcast to talk about me. They spread invented stories of me being violent, abusive, ripping a phone out of a wall and throwing it at Tommy. Tommy having to flee Mexico in fear, boarding a plane to get away. Discussed how ugly and disgusting my naked body is.
Goofy, frumpy, Homer Simpson body ass bitch. Fuck you, nigga.
He's never seen my naked body. He has never seen my naked body. I just want to be so clear. He's never seen my naked body. Never. Neither has Down Devil.
She's a narcissistic personality disorder. She starts to separate
I said that
everybody.
the first time I met her. Bunny also made up that I had mental health issues on that episode.
You're clearly kind of, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but if I had to guess, if I had to make an educated guess, I'd probably get that one right. I'm just saying.
They pretended that I filmed him during a meeting, which would be a horrible thing to do.
Apparently she like came in the room and was filming me while I was on my meeting in the other room.
What woman thinks like that?
Whatever else they could say to destroy my reputation, they said it. That episode was put behind a paywall where they charged $10 a person to see it. They monetized the abuse. This guy had 2 different women with restraining orders against him at the time, and Bunny laughed with him while he said he's not going to follow the restraining orders. He doesn't care. This is who these people are. Right after it's promoted that Jelly Roll's going to do a song with that friend Tommy, almost like a thank you. You know, that's when Bunny started promoting the merchandise again.
So you didn't have $10 to pay? Fuck, I even paid $4.99 to watch a couple of hilarious fucking videos.
I just want to let you know that we came up with a new shirt that we're going to drop in a couple weeks it's going to be #HoTeam.
That's about the time that their friend Tommy posted a post about how easy it would be to hire someone to kill for you, a murder for hire post, if you will. In the comments, people knew that this was clearly aimed at me, and he liked that. Their friend Tommy liked that, and people said basically let Down Devil know about these services, and he liked that as well. People started tagging me in it so that I would know that they're hiring someone to murder me, which they apparently did. Now here comes something that I think is super duper important. I hate talking about this part because, again, I just hate like the whole, I hate admitting.
Yeah, she hates it so much that she made a 3-series part to it. Sounds like you hate it to me.
What these people did to me, but this was so like shocking and terrifying to my life, and just like my whole life stopped. My whole life stopped. I couldn't trust anybody. I couldn't trust anything. I had to switch my phones. I had to switch my computers. I was getting hacked constantly. Like I've already said, I was getting threats all the time. I'd switch my phone number and somehow I'm getting threats again. There was a gang of them stalking me and hunting me. I ended up having to go to inpatient PTSD trauma therapy because I couldn't function. I already said I was in PTSD.
Poor don't they? Now, I'm not making lightly of any woman that's been stalked or abused. But I also kind of find it funny that this lady keeps finding herself in these situations. And when there's a pattern to this shit, not saying that it's right? I'm not making light of it at all. But after a while, you have to ask yourself, is it true? You have to bring actual receipts, not just fucking internet bullshit. Like, you know, somebody's busted your window out. Somebody slashed your fucking tires. Somebody's actually came at you. Because let's face it, there's a whole bunch of people on here saying a whole bunch of shit, and nobody knows the fucking truth.
PTSD therapy because of this. And I would go to see this woman, and every week she's like, it wasn't post-traumatic stress, it's real-time stress. Like the threat isn't done. And it was suggested that I go to this inpatient trauma therapy because I just like, I couldn't even function. I didn't even know what reality was. My condo was ran by like super mega conservatives at the time. They suddenly sent me a rent increase of thousands of dollars. Like the next month, I'm going to have to pay thousands of dollars more. And I go down to the office, I'm like,
kind of what I'm getting at.
They're like, well, your lease is up and you're going to have to pay this much. But that doesn't make sense. Like it says that I could sign back for this much. And they're like, you should have thought about that before you filed fake rape charges. This is like, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. After I got back from the PTSD trauma camp, I call it, I'm sitting at my pool, reading a devotional and like writing my therapy of the day in there, trying to just like, a security guard at my condo, I had never seen this person, comes up to me and is like, you need your pool band. I'm like, what pool band? You have to have an armband to be at the pool. This was like 9 a.m. on a Sunday. There was nobody else at the pool. I was like, oh, I live here. And I show him my keys and it has like the fob and the name of the building on it. He's like, if you lived here, you would have an armband. I was like, I do live here. I could show you my condo. And all I have ever shown is my keys. And I use my fob to get out here. It was a set up. I got a call from this super mega guy who's a big Jelly Roll fan. That's my building manager. I go down and every time there was like witnesses in the office, he would act very different. He gives me these armbands. I'm like, okay, now I have an armband. He's like, well, you've been written up. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, we could kick you out of the building if you get written up again. You didn't listen to what the security guard said, and that's another infraction. I was like, what in the HOA nonsense is going on here? But he was a big Jelly Roll fan. He told me they knew where I lived. They knew where I lived. My family literally drove from Canada, picked me up in Nashville, threw my stuff in the back of pickup truck and got me the heck out of there. It got that scary. And I was just like, don't stop, drive.
Oh. So they made her put an armband on at the pool. And that's Jelly Roll's fault too. Okay. All right. We got you.
So it's 2023. I'm supposed to go to court soon for the copyright thing and the defamation. Well, wouldn't you know, clips from the Dumb Blonde podcast that Bunny never released are suddenly online. Highly edited. I'm talking highly edited clips. Like count how many cuts are in those clips, showing me talking about how lovely Down Devil is and how he saved me. Taking a joke I made about being roofied 6 times that I've said in other videos and in my stand-up. She really clipped that one. The joke is I've been roofied so many times that I'm actually like a connoisseur. I can just like Yes, this is a 1998 5th and 34th Street selection. It's literally a bit based on I have been roofied in the past. But Bunny wanted it clipped nice and tight so she could pretend I won on her podcast and was just like, I've been roofied 6 times.
I've been roofied 6 times now. I'm a collector.
Why don't you release all the footage, Bunny? Why don't you release all the footage? It was also posted by Native in Nashville, who's a very close friend of Bunny, who I also found out uses her child to promote Bunny's new book on porn and being an escort. It's her child being used. So right when I'm supposed to start going to court, these clips where it seems like I just think Down Devil is the best.
He's super nice.
Yeah. And I'm talking so nicely. And these super, super tightly edited clips are going up, making it seem like I'm a liar about getting raped and roofied. And I'm just a crazy person. It's not like it was an accident. The dumb blonde watermark is on all of these videos. So Bunny put these out. It turns out Bunny had given the raw footage of me to my stalkers because she's a psycho. And hark, here's Bunny in the comment section of these clips that she highly edited and then put up to change what actually happened in reality of life. Women really hone into how psychotic she is. She created the rumors. She spread rumors. She knew I was going to be literally killed over the rumors. She had her husband threatening to murder me and getting his friends ready to kill me over the rumors. I lost jobs because of the rumors. I lost my safety. I started losing my sanity because of the rumors. I ended up in inpatient treatment because of the rumors and what happened because of these rumors that she invented. And now when I was
She pouring it on thick, ain't she?
finally going to go to court and get justice, she highly edited footage of me to make a whole new batch of rumors, like the smeariest of smear campaigns that ever done smeared. Now she puts up these new clips smearing me again and then comments below the BS that she invented. Wow, I can't believe it. She's so crazy. She had the audacity to say that I don't have the body language of a domestic violence victim. Go on, Bunny. What is the body language of a domestic violence victim? These videos were promoted in Nashville and to Nashville, to my friends and my community. This is who Jelly Roll and Bunny and their friends are. It's literally terrifying.
I find it funny. I do find it funny. Well, maybe not real funny, but I find it interesting, for a better term of words, that she is complaining about edited clips. Well, she herself is putting out edited footage. It kind of makes you wonder.
That she has this girl persona because it's how she gets in with women, just to destroy them and put them in danger.
She literally sat right where you're sitting, and the minute she walked out, I looked at Mimi, I go, I do not like that chick. She was so sweaty too. How'd you hump that?
Comedian, right? That's what I know her from.
Right.
So
she's not even funny, but okay. She's trying to gaslight you.
Yeah,
I don't know how she still has a platform. I honestly don't.
I don't know
all the bullshit that she has fucking done.
So by the way, they were already pretending to be saved by this point. The amount of women that have written to me that she's blackmailed them is wild. In like the last few years, not like, oh, before we were saved. I mean, like now. All of it's getting looked into now. Don't you worry. And not just by me, of course. You guys may have heard that I lost 2 lawsuits. That's not quite true. I start getting phone calls on my new number. One of the calls sounded a lot like one of Jelly Roll's, I guess, old best friends. The guy has a very distinct voice. He let me know
that
if I show up to court, I'm never going to be seen again. I'm going to disappear. And he said a couple of...
She doesn't have this recorded. Now, I haven't watched this far into it, but I'm sure she's talking about struggle because he has a very distinctive voice. But if there's no evidence of this shit, you cannot just come on here and say it. But that's what these people fucking do. I don't like this shit.
Other things, but they all alluded to they're going to kill me if I show up to court. Then I get a call from Down Devil's old manager. He's like, I can't talk to you, but I need to let you know it's in your best interest. So along the lines of, don't come to court. I talked with my family and friends and all the people who care about me, and we decided I'm not showing up to court. Like
you couldn't keep me away from court. You didn't go because you fucking...
Even going to town on the day I was supposed to be in court, I could be killed. Like there was nothing that I would gain from those court cases that would equal me being dead. So yeah, they technically won a summary judgment, which just meant they got their lawyer fees because I didn't show up. There was no evidence shown. I never spoke to a judge at any point, not once, not a singular time.
Yeah, if I got a case against somebody and they start doing that, well, we know what tampering with a witness is, right?
I don't know why anyone would do business with Jelly Roll or his wife once they know this. And then suddenly, one snowy December night, I was sent a DM on Instagram. Nicole, you're not crazy. I know what they did to you. You didn't deserve it. And you deserve to see this. And it was a link to download a hidden camera video that showed Jelly Roll talking.
It was fucking put on YouTube. Nobody had to send you anything. You know you were watching. And you came up briefly. The whole fucking thing was not about you. We all watched it.
And then other celebrities act like they're really nice, but in real life, they're pieces of shit.
Yeah. Now, this one I watched all the way through.
It got chilly now, but I like it like that. So these producers are like, hey, Jelly Roll's looking for your new number. Can I give it to him? To which I'm like, heck no. No, I've gone out of my way.
If they do, they have to be extremely low IQ. Either that or they're just naive to what she's done. Because like I say, I remember watching the footage with the video shit with the wallet because I follow Ryan pretty heavy back then. So when he did post, I was curious. I was like, who the fuck is he even talking about? And I went and I watched some of the shit that she was putting out. She was using that shit. Like, why not just get him 3 days and the man's asking for his wallet back? Why not just give it back? If the police show up, you could have handed it to the cops. She refused to give the wallet to the police officers. If my memory serves me right, she refused to give the wallet back to the cops.
Way to make sure those people don't have my number. I cannot give them my number now. He really wants to get a hold of you. He wants to make things right. Because, you know, now he has this entire Christian I was saved persona coming out. Complete BS. This would not go well for his new Christian persona. I was like, hey, if he wants to make it right, that would be lovely. But I'm not contacting him. So I had my lawyer reach out to his. All the big lawyers already know each other. Ooh, and here comes the big, this is where it gets infuriating. Whoever's still on the Jelly Belly train after hearing everything him and his wife and their friends do so far, I don't know how you could be on it by the end of this part. It gets wild. So it's January 2025. My lawyer reaches out to Jelly Roll's lawyer and is like, hey, we represent Nicole. Heard Jelly Roll's looking for her and he wants to make it right for all the things that happened. That's when the game started. I took out the straw because I forgot that the straw will melt into it, and I used straws made out of corn, and I don't want my tea to taste like corn. I don't want corn tea. I honestly had a moment where I'm like, maybe he's a Christian now. Maybe he's Christian now, like he keeps telling the world, and he feels bad about what he did, and he wants to make it right. Wouldn't that be lovely? He wants to make it right. I assumed that he would apologize and probably throw me some kind of cash to make up for all the legal fees I had for absolutely nothing because of lies that his wife invented and all these other things. That's what I thought would happen. And frankly, if that would have happened like right away in January, that would have been fine. I know I've been diving into this, but I really would like to get on with my life now. Like I really liked the life I had constructed and built, and I would just like to go back into that lane and move forward. Boom. His lawyer tells my lawyer, hey, I had a quick chat with Jelly Roll's management and him and whatever, and we need you guys to send an actual formal letter. Then we can get this off to the rest of his team. They can prioritize it, take it more seriously, and settle this right away. I was like, why do they need a letter from us? You reached out to me. Why do you need a letter from us? This doesn't make any sense. This is the energy I had. My lawyer's like, Nicole, this is totally normal. If they want a formal letter, they may have to show that to someone at his label. They may have to show it to other people who are at play. We have no idea. So if they request a formal letter, like a demand letter, we send that. I was like, all right, you do your lawyering. Had nothing to do with me. They send the letter. After they get the letter.
You could, I mean, she's not ugly. She's actually an attractive woman, especially the age she is. You could see why Ryan would want to hit that.
I think that's when they switched law firms to negotiate out a settlement with me. There was no go away. You're a liar. None of this ever happened. I was like, can you just apologize? Because like every day that goes by that people think I filed fake charges against men.
She has now dropped a charge.
Come on, Grizz. For 50 years old, bro, she's more than a one. Let's be honest.
Because she should drop the charge.
All the other lies your wife and your minions spread about me. So every day that goes by and those
that may be true. That may be true.
Live without being corrected, it's still hurting me. Like there's people in comment sections now, as people can see, that still think those things about me. So can you just apologize and then we'll negotiate whatever else there is? No. He can't do that. That's a PR nightmare. We've been dealing with.
If you could just get her to be fucking quiet. I don't know, what the trick, I guess roofies, that's the common thing. That may be why they fucking give them to her, to make her shut the fuck up. Because you could bet your ass she doesn't shut the fuck up.
More of his like business and transactional lawyer, then they pass us over to more of his litigation attorney. Apparently, allegedly, he has
like, here, bitch, just take this. Be quiet. Fuck.
Whole bunch of lawsuits going on against it. I bet he does. And so he had someone on retainer for this kind of thing. Pain in my butt. Now with his new lawyer, total asshole, by the way, wants a list of damages from me. And that list has to be everything I lost, that I know I lost, everything I might have lost, everything we think that I lost because of these rumors or damages or whatever could possibly be there. Can't you just say sorry and make me an offer and we can move on with our lives? No, they want to
say sorry. That's why I played this. Can't you just say sorry and make me an offer?
use some kind of lawyering to figure out exact numbers.
And
I'm
you
like,
be feeding the crackers to her, copper top, be like, here you go, girl.
okay. So I work for, I think it was weeks to get these numbers together. They have calculations that lawyers do to come to a number. That number is going to piss everybody off. That number is going to piss everybody off. I think it was $11 million that I lost because of what they did. And these are the numbers that were
$11 million. This bitch, you crazy as fuck. You ain't
calculated that there was like some quantifying plug to it. This is not like reaching out of my butt number. This was like, hey, here's a contract. And then suddenly these rumors came out and they just disappeared. Hey, here's a TV show I was supposed to be on, for example. And then these rumors were sent directly to the producer. And then suddenly they're not going to work with me. It was that kind of stuff. It would be a fair assumption to think that these massive rumors commented below had something to do with that. So that number was around $11 million. We did not ask for $11 million. That was the number listed on the document that they requested. Again, at any point, he could just be like, I'm sorry, these things weren't true, and fix it. I was asked what I want. What would make this right for me? What would fix this? I said, I need an apology. Public. Put it on your Instagram, your TikTok, whatever it might. I need an apology. And I was very flexible with the language of that apology. I said we could say it was a miscommunication. You received bad information. I gave it every fluffy little twirl that I could possibly give it to make it, there was a mutual misunderstanding. We wish each other well. We're good to go. Go team. We apologize for anything that would have happened, whatever. I also asked for a $100,000 donation that would go towards a women's shelter that helps women who are running from stalkers and harassment and abuse. Not money that I get, that would go directly to that shelter. A donation, and I said it could be both in my name and his name. Everybody feels good about this. Let's do that. When I tell you that
she had to have fucking Jelly's name attached to hers.
Bunny, this is, I gotta
That's not somebody who's worried about like damages that were done to them. That's somebody who's trying to connect herself to you in some kind of public form or fashion. Very, very telling. Very, very telling.
This is how sick these people are. They were like, oh, that's a good PR idea. They held on to my idea of that donation all the way to Thanksgiving. And then Bunny, when this to me is so freaking sick.
This is narcissistic as fuck. So Bunny does something nice for somebody and she automatically thinks that it's her idea because she said it. Bitch, don't you realize everybody fucking, when they get money, they donate because it's a tax write-off? These people are fucking out there, man.
Are so sick. Bunny calls Extra TV, who I was told was paid to do this piece on Bunny.
Hey, Extra, welcome to XO Studios. It has been complete chaos around here this morning.
There's a video of her packing up things.
Giving back is not just a one-day thing for Bunny. It's a mission of mercy. In her new book, Stripped Down.
She's putting together these packages to bring to the women's shelter for Thanksgiving dinner.
Doing the right thing is not always the easy thing. So Bunny and her team are providing the fixings for a Thanksgiving dinner here at the Mary Parrish Center.
We provide housing and support services to survivors of interpersonal violence. So that is domestic violence, sexual assault.
Shout out to Bunny for doing that, right?
Violence, stalking, and human trafficking.
And then she donated $25,000.
We're going to be doing a $25,000 donation for you guys.
Not the 100 that I wanted, $25,000 to the women's shelter. While her and her husband were still abusing me in the background, I had to be in hiding using a shelter like the one she's donating the money.
You think this bitch was at a shelter? You think she was at a fucking shelter? Get the fuck out of here.
To because of the things they did to me and made up. She donated $25,000 for them on camera, of course. Here's her packing a pie sideways.
New book, Stripped Down.
The story was on Extra, and then it was picked up by other media outlets, aka they paid for it to go to other media outlets. Very likely. No one's just picking up that story. I had asked for the $100,000, and then whatever number we figure out together, that'll move this along really fast. I'll get legal fees back to make up for what had been done, and I could make up for some of the crap that they had done, and we could just get on with our lives. I didn't have this number I was stuck on. I need to get this. I was just like, I need an apology. That's what I need. I can't move on with my life. Your crazies are going to keep coming at me until there's something online from you, Jelly Roll, that says, I screwed up. This wasn't true. And we're good now. So let's move on.
And it has to be online from Jelly Roll.
If it's like what Bunny was putting online through her minions, she's not worth anything. We weren't going to give her nothing. Then why did your lawyers negotiate from January 2025 through February 2026? Constant communication with my lawyers. We negotiated everything from the exact words approved by Jelly Roll's PR to put in an apology. So it's like February, March, April, May. I'm still under the impression that we're just going through language of this apology, which is, again, if you're a Christian and you screwed up this bad and you damaged someone's life this bad and you scared them and you threatened to kill them and you had people coming after them and you hurt their reputation, you should want to apologize. And it shouldn't be hard. Watch this. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I was at a different place in my life. I'm not that man anymore. And I didn't mean to hurt you. This is the important part too. Here's what I'm going to do to fix it. And to fix it, I asked for the apology because that's what I needed to be safe. So his crazies would stop coming after me. Like it was so simple. Mind you, his lawyers got paid by the hour. They were allegedly overheard at a meeting saying that they want to push this until it gets to court. They don't want a resolution. They don't want a settlement. They want to have to go to court because they'll make at least $1 million in legal fees before we ever get to trial. And I'm sitting here going, what trial? What are you talking? What trial? My lawyers contact me one day, probably like first quarter of 2025. And they're like, cool. We just talked to their lawyer and like a lot of your claims, they've passed the statute of limitations. So what? I'm not trying to make any claims. I'm not trying to take this to court. I don't want to go to court. What are we talking about here? They contacted me. They wanted to apologize and make it right.
So what?
Why are we talking about the statute of limitation and claims? I understood the part about trying to tally up damages, possible damages, that kind of stuff to get a number in their head. Oh, cool. You guys care about being fair here and paying me back properly, whatever that might be. Cool. But now we're talking about statutes of limitations,
pretty good.
Which for those of you watching who might not know what that means, that means
that is fair. That is fair, million.
Legally, the thing they did to me, let's say in 2021, I can no longer sue them for in 2024, 25. It's because the individual thing, it's been too long and you can't sue for that long after. Why are we talking about that? I thought you guys want to apologize and make it right. Oh, he has to be seen as a nice country boy who used to do bad stuff, but like a long time ago, and now he's a good man. If he apologizes now, then people will start looking into what he did to you, and that could bring up more stuff, and that's not going to be good for his Christian music career. I shit you not. I shit you not. That's what I was being told. And now your lawyer is sending me tolling agreements. So a tolling agreement, you sign it. It pauses any claims that you still may have. I still had claims from like 2023. For sure, all the crazy things Bunny said and did in 2023. I was asked for a copy of the contract of me being on the Dumb Blonde podcast.
Yeah.
This is my warning to people. Do not go on the Dumb Blonde podcast. The contract that they have you sign, could do anything with that footage. A little smarter, I had taken a photo of the contract and I wrote it's only for podcast promotion purposes only. There's a lot of technicalities in that because she didn't actually release the podcast. But the fact
now she wants you to believe that she's a fucking genius though, right? But in the beginning of this, she wanted you to believe that she was naive.
you sign, she could do anything with that footage. A little smarter, I had taken a photo of the contract and I wrote it's only for podcast promotion purposes only. There's a lot of technicalities in that because she didn't actually release the podcast. But the fact that we had to be arguing these little points, there's allegedly cameras, audio and video recording you, by the way. From the second you walk into their home, studio, whatever it might be, to me, it feels like a complete blackmail operation. But allegedly they have you sign that contract so they could do whatever they want with that footage. There seems to be a consistent pattern of people go on the Dumb Blonde podcast and then there's some big smear campaign or something weird happens to them not long after, whether they're being carried out of a bar looking lifeless, or they're suddenly in a giant smear campaign scandal, Brittany Furlan, or Bunny's just using them for controversy like she did with Farrah. I do not suggest anyone goes on the Dumb Blonde podcast because they have you sign this contract and they could use that footage for everything. In this case, she had allegedly sold the footage to my stalkers for $10,000, by the way. Stalkers that I had a restraining order against. Remember them? Those guys. So now,
sweetheart, I hate to tell you this, but there ain't no footage you worth $10,000.
I'm getting pissed. Being told, Jelly Roll's trying to get his pardon, so they don't want to bring up any controversy. And I'm like, cool, then just apologize. I won't say anything about the controversy and we'll all move on. I stuck to the same thing the whole time. I need an apology and then we can all move on. I could go back to my life before you crazy people drove a truck through it. Dealing with them in this was like being abused all over again. Some days they're calling me a liar. Some days they're offering money. Some days it's the statute of limitations. She's got no claims against them. Some days his lawyer said she overplayed her hand. This is all we're offering. Mother trucker, what? We're not playing a game here. This is him supposed to be being a good human being, the human being he pretends to be to the public and fixing something he did. It was a infuriating because of the lack of respect and the way that it was degrading.
This is
what should have been
This is her last ditch effort, I'm assuming, to get any kind of financial gain out of it. That's what this is about.
Together, shaking hands, and it's all good, turned into me realizing that the whole Christian thing was 100% an act. He's a horrible person. He's worse than I even thought he was. And this is going to continue. He's going to keep being like this. How many more people are they doing this to right now? I'm not going to lie to you guys. Not that I would, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I saw him with the Pope, I cried. I was like, this is the most evil thing I've encountered on this planet, shaking hands with the Pope. I grew up with photos of the Pope in my school, in my grandparents' homes.
She's judging the shit out of this man, ain't she? Listen, shout out Jelly for even being able to get by the Pope. I don't know what that's supposed to do for him, but shout out to him.
My religion. These are my people. This is what I stand for. This is what I believe. He's violated all of it. And here he is standing there with the Pope. To me, he is the new Diddy / Epstein. And here he is shaking hands with the Pope. I felt like I was like losing my religion. Whoa, shout out R.E.M. song. I was like, how, the bad guys keep winning. What is the point of being good? And thank God I have an amazing fiance who would just like open the Bible, go back to scripture. He's like, Nicole, we are staying good. These are games that evil plays, that the devil plays. We are not playing them with them. We are just going to stay the course. That's very hard sometimes. This was one of those times. They added so much insult to injury. It was mind-blowing. So we moved forward into a meeting about a settlement. I was given 2 different days that we could possibly have a meeting about a settlement. One of those days, Jelly Roll couldn't be there because he's so busy. Jelly Roll's so busy, so he can't be there that day, but he's going to send his representatives to have the meeting with you, okay? And my lawyers. Or I could wait way longer, and then he'd actually be there. As much as I wanted to like face him, I don't want to be around him. I'll take the day where he can't even be there. I don't even care. They can Zoom him. It's fine. It was probably like August 2025. We have this meeting with his lawyers and his team, and I can hear his team screaming at the top of their lungs. Long story short, I'm offered a sum of money and an apology and the $100,000 donation in my name. Amazing. Why did we have to have this meeting? Like, we could have just done that on an email in January. Your lawyer sure did make a lot of money though, right? Yeah. By the way, for me to go to this meeting, I had to hire security guards. I was freaking terrified. I was like, wow, this is a perfect time for them to take me out if they wanted to, because that's exactly what they said they were going to do, and we're going to go to court. So I was very scared and had to have armed security, and it was a thing. So I'm offered a sum of money. It wasn't life-changing money by any means. It was let's move on money. Next day or day after, I get a call. They lowered the amount of money. I'm like, why? His lawyer's playing games, and they lowered the amount of money they're going to give you because they think you'll take it. At the same time, he's standing there with Brandon Lake going, hallelujah. They're pulling away money from one of their victims to make up for what they did. I'm not getting paid on this. I wasn't making money. I was just replenishing what I had to pay because of what they did to me. And after we already had an agreement the day before, they're like, no, we'll try and make her take this now. And if she doesn't take it right now today at this exact moment, then maybe we'll pull it all away. What's wrong with you people? That's when I really started to get like in my heart, like, wow, these are evil people. They're not sorry at all. This is evil money. And I thought about like what my family's been through, my friends have been through, people who've protected me have been through. And I'm like, okay, get it drawn up. I'll sign it today. Let's get it done. Of course, they dragged it out. And more tolling agreements had to be signed. And Jelly Roll's very busy. He hasn't had time to look at this thing yet. To me, your nonsense is not that important. To me, my safety is the number one important thing. And you apologizing and putting out that there was a misunderstanding or whatever it is what will make me safe. Why won't you let me be safe? We have already established you put me in danger. Allegedly, Bunny said no. We're not apologizing to her. We're not giving her anything. And we're not donating anything in her name. After we already had verbal agreement and his lawyer was drawing up the contract. There were so many contracts sent to me, I lost count. It seems like they always tried to trick me in the contracts that they would send over. They'd hide things like, I have to indemnify them, all their friends, their associates, my stalkers, any of their friends who made up crazy things about me that were obviously paid to do so, apparently, allegedly, right? We all know. I had to indemnify my stalkers. My soul was not okay with that. I could also never talk about what happened, what they did, what their friends did, any of it for this sum of money, charity donation, and an apology. One version gets sent to me and I'm like, okay, we're good. This is it. Okay, great. Wait, there's no apology in this. Did they take the apology out? They took the apology out. Whoop, we tricked her. We took the apology out, and then she's not going to have an apology and she won't be safe. Around Christmas time last year, I got to the point where they just kept playing games. They were so rude in the emails. His lawyer was like, she's trying to extort us. I'm like, you called me, idiot. Idiot. You called me. How am I extorting you? I didn't say you have to give me this or else. It was just more abuse and games and gaslighting and BS and Jelly Roll's so...
Yeah, that's where the roofies come in and text. You can't get this bitch to shut up. Once she gets going...
important. He doesn't have time to sign it today. I heard for 2 weeks that Jelly Roll is trying to sign this agreement. He's just so busy. Meanwhile, his wife is live streaming with them at home, doing nothing, sitting on the couch. They're hoping to like wear me down until I would take like.
So she just admits that she's watching everything that they do. That's what she just did. But she wants you to believe that somebody sent her a link because she wasn't paying attention. This bitch ain't quit paying attention. Shout out to Nicole.
Pennies. Dick. You dick. I love imagining the lawyer watching Cosplay Christian. Did you say I was out of cards in my hand? I didn't play them well? Huh. I was mistaken on this part in one of my other videos. I got 2 of the contracts mixed up. In this one that I sign and is sent to them for them to countersign. Again, their lawyer created this contract and sent it to me to sign. That's how contracts like this happen. The first person signs and the people who created the contract sign last. We're waiting. Their lawyer assures us over and over and over. They're signing. Jelly Roll just doesn't have a phone. He's not answering his phone calls. He's acting like his client has just gone rogue. They can't get a hold of him. Meanwhile, they're live streaming. They're right there. I read back through this agreement and I'm like, holy shit. This agreement indemnifies all the bad guys. This agreement does not have an apology in it. This agreement is take some money and shut the F up forever. I emailed my lawyer and I took my name off that. I was like, no. Remove my name from that. I do not agree to that. I was like, we need answers on this. If you don't hear from them by this time, take my name off that thing. This is ridiculous. Jelly Roll's lawyer writes snarky email back. Oh, she took her name off of it. Blah, blah, blah. I'll have to ask my client if they're even willing to settle at this point. Shut the fuck up. This is the first time I'm really going to swear to camera in this series. You're a bad person. Some people will be like, oh, wait, he was the lawyer that helped free Britney. No, he was a lawyer that made a ton of money off of Britney and her case. That's what really happened there. He got paid either way, which is kind of like this whole, like, I want to push them to court because I make $1 million in legal fees from Jelly Roll no matter what. Allegedly. Right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, dickwad. So now we're into January. They're still negotiating. February 11th, I believe it was. I was told the real deal would be sent to me now to sign. It's ready to go. Here you go, Nicole. Sign the deal. I look at the deal and attached to the deal is an email. Ooh, it's a really rude email. Now they want to pay me a little bit of money when we sign. And then a year from now, if I haven't said anything, because they have to protect this cosplay Christian thing. He's going to be on these TV shows with kids. He was with the Pope. They got to protect his image. So a year from now, if I don't say anything, then they'll give me more money. No. I don't know everybody's religion, but for me, I consider myself Christian. I grew up Catholic. Over the whole year that this was going on, I would ask about it. I would pray about it. I would think about it. I would wait for messages about it. And every single time I would hear,
I would think about it. I would pray about it. Yeah. That's what's dominated this bitch's whole life.
Over the whole year that this was going on, I would ask about it. I would pray about it. I would think about it. I would wait for messages about it. And every single time I would hear, no, don't do it. If I signed that deal, they could have done anything to me in that year. They could have had their friends smear me again and I couldn't say anything. If I even tried to defend myself, I would have to pay them money each time I tried to defend myself. I could never tell my story. No one would ever know what happened to me. But it wouldn't be corrected that I never did any of these things they did because they took apology out as well. So now we were at no apology. Money spaced out over an entire year. That would feel like they own me. Their friends could keep doing anything to me and there's nothing I could do about it from then on. Oh, and they took out the donation to the charity. I started hearing, cosplay Christian, keep playing victim, time to flip the table on your lies. Up to the very last moment, I was like, I will keep the hope that this person has turned into who they are pretending that they are to the public and that they are going to make this right. I got tears coming right now. It's like a righteous anger. Whew. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you do all these things to me, to other people? How dare you pose as a Christian, as a person of God, as a person who's converted and is a good person now? How dare you offer to make things right with me? Someone that I didn't even know you, that you victimized for 5 years? How dare you offer to make things right only to be a complete piece of garbage the entire time again and continue to victimize me the entire time? And then Bunny has her garbage criminal friends posting a copy of that one that I did sign but pulled my name off of. I have the email to prove that that's what happened. I'll just do that. Let's just look at the date that one was signed. She tells her friends to put on the internet. They were never going to pay me anything. They weren't negotiating, blah, blah, blah. Sweet Pea, are you claiming that your lawyer negotiated in bad faith in California for an entire year? If you never had any intention of settling this and you were trying to just get me to sign an agreement so you could put it on the internet one day, I think the bar is going to want to hear about that. I don't know why anyone would do business with you, your husband, or that lawyer again. You didn't want your followers to know that you sent me another agreement in February. You guys were still hoping to shut me up in February. The problem is what you sent me in February was a hush money deal.
The problem is everything is blacked out of that, so you can't verify anything you just said. The from is blacked out, everything. So you could have made that yourself. This could be just bullshit, and nobody would ever know. Be none the why.
Up in February. The problem is what you sent me in February was a hush money deal. That's a hush money deal. Take this money and shut up. And when I saw the email from your lawyer and there's still threats, it's still a do this or else. Do this or we'll sue you. For what? We'll sue her for anything. They could sue me for whatever they feel like. It's called lawfare. It's a form of financial abuse. It's where people will sue you for literally anything. You can make up anything. I could say you there watching this, you stole my dog and cut its hair and I'm suing you for it.
Yeah, we know. We've watched you do it. You're doing it right now. You're telling everybody you're doing it.
I don't even have to have a dog. It doesn't even have to have hair. I could sue you for that tomorrow. And legally, you're going to have to respond to my lawsuit. You're going to have to pay for a lawyer all the way till we go through. Well, we're going to have to go to court and you're going to have to prove you don't have a dog. Even if you're like, this is complete BS, you still have to hire a lawyer and go to court and prove it's complete BS. And they drain your bank accounts. It's a form of abuse. It happens a lot. This is what bad guys do to their victims. It was said over and over that
you're
he's
suing him. He's not suing you. Oh, Lord. This bitch is fucking... What's up, Richard Rich?
Losing a ton of weight. So when these videos come out about him, he won't look like that anymore. And he could be like, oh, that was a long time ago. It was less than a toddler ago. These things happened after he was saved. When I saw that last email from their lawyer, it was rude. It was condescending. It was threatening. It was still playing games. It hit me. No. They're not sorry. Sorry for my Canadian friends. They're gonna do this again because they absolutely learned nothing and they are not sorry. Sorry for my American friends. I said no. My lawyers were like, do you want us to go back and see if we can? I'm like, no, we're done here. And I keep saying this, but everybody's like, how does Epstein and Weinstein and Cosby and whatever else happen over and over and over? It's because people knew. People knew they were pieces of, and they did nothing. It would feel like I was paid for them to abuse me if I took that money. Like I was part of one of those weird freaking parties in Dubai if I took that money from them. The fact that they're building an addiction center and mental health facility on their...
Then what are you doing then? Then why are you suing them if you're trying to take money, if you don't want to take their money? It just... Sometimes when you listen to people, man, and what their real motive is, it comes through when they're just talking, you know? When they're just ranting wide open like this.
So sickening when they're the reason I had to go into a mental health facility for PTSD. It's them. They're the reason directly. My DMs are full of their victims. This isn't old. This is current stuff. We're going to build this facility with, I'm sure, cameras and recording devices around the whole thing. People will go there at their lowest. They will divulge their worst secrets, the most horrible things they've ever experienced in their life. And they're going to have footage of it. They're going to have footage of it. They're going to know people's deepest, darkest secrets. They're going to have access to people at their lowest and most impressionable. And they have proven over and over again that they are not responsible with any kind of power whatsoever. I don't believe those people will be helped. I believe those people will be abused. And I talked to some people that I respect very much. And they had said, women, by the way, they said over and over that it never works out for women who are like a whistleblower or like coming out as an abuse victim or something like that. It doesn't work out for them. I was like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that for me. I just want to go on and do my stuff and have my life. I don't want that at all. But I couldn't do it. You mocked my religion. You've mocked my God. You've mocked me. You've mocked goodness. You've mocked justice. You've spit in the face of everything that is good. You've spit in my face. I couldn't let you get away with it. Call it God, Allah, Buddha, the flying spaghetti monster, spirit, whatever resonates to you. But that thing in the sky told me to pick up my flaming sword and go. I was like, God, why me? Why do I have to be the one to do this? To go after these freaking demons? And he's like, because it's your assignment. And I knew it was true. Call me the K-pop demon hunter because these are demons and I had to go after them. When I started this, when I put out Cosplay Christian and I started to make my videos, I was like, I know I'm going to get hate. I know they're going to say nasty things about me. There was AI porn released of me within a day, like hours actually. I hope now you understand a bit more about Jelly Roll and
AI porn. Well, I bet that fucking the RAM in that computer was off the charts because this bitch don't shut the fuck up. I bet it fucking crashed several times while they were trying to make that shut.
And their group of friends. and who the cosplay Christian really is in real life. The second I started telling the real story, they did another smear campaign on me, exactly as they had done in the past. Bunny starts posting her weird lip syncing videos threatening again. These people haven't changed at all. They have political ties and more money now, which makes them scarier and more of a threat to society. They're the opposite of all things good in the world. They promote using women's bodies and porn and escorting as if it's a good thing. 7 deadly sins is how they got rich. The idea that a little kid could be wearing a Jelly Roll shirt and knowing what that really stands for was so sick to me. And here's the thing. People are always like, oh, if I knew something, I would say something. Say something then. I've given you all the tools and the opportunity. Feel free to clip any of my videos that I made. Get the word out. Jelly Roll is the new wolf in sheep's clothing. He's coming for you. He's coming for your mental health. He's coming for your sobriety. Opening a bar when you promote sobriety, they are evil, evil. Remember, we are the media. When you see something, say something, put it online. And to the MAGA people watching this, I'm addressing you specifically because you're the first ones that'll be like, oh, they haven't released the Epstein files. Get them. There's all this bad stuff going on in the world and we have to stop it. Stop it. I'm showing you who the bad guy is. Stop him. Put your money where your mouth is and stop him. Stop going to his concerts. Stop streaming his music. Stop supporting him on WWE. Tell FIFA World Cup you want nothing to do with that garbage song. Why does his song for the World Cup sound like a slave owner's anthem? It does. You can hear chains. Why do I hear chains? Never felt so free before. It sounds like a slave song. He's tricking Christians to make money off them. He's tricking the mental health community to make money off them. He's tricking the sober community while having a bar. He didn't rehabilitate. He just got a publicist. I don't want to forget to say this. Every single person who has sent me a message saying, I believe you. I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. To every single person.
And I'm sure you signed right up to go look at them, Slayback. You like, I want to see Nicole's titties. Ugh. She's 50 years old. She's old enough to be your mama. Let that sink in. All right. Well, that's about it for today. I appreciate you hanging out with me. That was a lot. Yeah, Rich, I'm with you on that, man. Oh shit. Well, maybe. Let me see what's going on here. I thought I was fixing to have to leave. All right, maybe I wasn't supposed to get that one. Okay. Yeah, we out of here. Got to go to work. Got that money, baby. We'll holler at y'all. Peace.